The Incredible Hulk will not be presented this evening.
Damn!
You are watching The DL Show on Dave's Guitar Channel.
Grillby, you're right. That was her reaction to getting cold soup. Damn. Now we be waltzing. Everybody, it is Wednesday, April 10th. Welcome back to the show. Matt, welcome back. Matt had last week off. He went out to dinner, I believe. Or you were out of town. I can't remember which one you were. Oh, wait, he's muted. Hold on, let me unmute you. I don't know what. I muted you earlier. Can't unmute. Their mic is not connected, it says. I'm telling you what my end says. I can't unmute you because your mic isn't connected. Can you connect? Make sure your settings are... Hey, Cold Roses, what's happening?
When you get a chance, Dave, read in the private chat.
I saw that. That looks good. Yeah, okay. Can I not? It was funny. I muted you at first, Matt, because all we could hear was pots and pans smashing around when me and Krellbauer were talking earlier. But it won't. It says, can't unmute your guest. Their mic isn't connected. Just go into your settings again and make sure you're... Or come out and go in. Maybe that's better. Anyways, welcome, Matt. I'll speak for Matt.
Okay, there we go.
There it is. All right.
Oh, that sounds infinitely better.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. No, I was up in Indiana for like 4 days. So that's.
Oh, okay. You were out of town. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And Krellbauer, welcome.
How's it going?
Very good. I saw Krellbauer last Thursday.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right?
We hung out for your birthday at Mr. J's.
Yeah. We went and got cigars. Man, I smoked a lot of cigars that day. And
that chair was killing me. I can't sit in those bar chairs.
Oh, see, I like them better because it's stiff.
That's why I went to the comfy chair.
Oh, is that? I thought you just got sick of watching us play pitch.
No. Yeah, I was kind of uncomfortable.
We won.
My back was.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because I think those chairs, a stiff chair, is more comfortable. But anyway, so that was that. That was last Thursday. Today is now the 10th. And lots of stuff to unpack today, gentlemen. Lots of stuff. First thing I'm going to say is I've been watching a lot of podcasts lately. And there's some great ones. But there was one where Jim Norton was on it. And I think it was the Anthony Cumia show. You guys familiar with Anthony Cumia from Opie and Anthony?
No.
Nope.
No.
Well, Cumia is great. Anthony Cumia is great. Anyways, It was Jim Norton talking about how Randy Rhoads is underrated or not overrated. The guys on the show was saying he was overrated.
Fuck them.
And Norton was going nuts saying he's underrated and he's a much better player and he would have done great things. And, I understand their argument is he did 2 albums and, if Eddie Van Halen just did 2 albums, they would be over glorifying him almost to the point that they do anyways. Because, it's like imagine if Eddie died after like 1984 and they were like, imagine how much more stuff he would have done. Yeah, it all kind of sucked. Sorry, Sammy.
I saw you going there. It's like,
yeah, sorry, Sammy.
I think you brought that up before.
Yeah, but it's true. So anyways, but then Jim Norton in the same breath is talking about how McCartney's career was so much better in the Beatles and that the Wings stuff sucked. And I'd say he's 100% wrong. I think Wings was awesome. In fact, you're going to be hard to find as good of album in the 70s as Band on the Run. Band on the Run's a fucking great record. Every song on it's great.
that was actually John Lennon's favorite album from McCartney.
Yeah. Let me tell you what I feel. Because you know what? I'm so glad you brought this up. I don't give a fuck what people like.
Oh, here we go.
Let me just say this.
Right.
I'm going to tell you why. Because Joe sent me a message yesterday, and he sent me a video clip of Dio saying that he likes Mob Rules better than Heaven and Hell. And I'm like, well, that's okay. Dio's wrong.
Yeah, it's the fans.
Simple. Because Dio would probably say that Holy Diver is better than both. Who gives a fuck what Dio thinks? In fact, Dio had more control over Mob Rules, kind of got involved in the mixing, and probably why he thinks he likes it better. Hey, what's happening, Cold Roses? I'll take Wings. Yeah, I mean, the Wings were fucking great. And, but anyways, who cares what Lennon thinks of? Let me tell you what band Lennon liked, and because of what song, and that to me is their worst song. There's a new band out there called the Electric Light Orchestra. They're doing what the Beatles did after Walrus. And the big song he liked was Showdown.
I just want to say one thing about the whole Eddie.
Out of the whole catalog,
comparison.
that's what you like?
Oh, go ahead, Matt. Let's because this is what's hot topics on the internet. You can't swing a dead cat on YouTube without hitting some either Randy Rhoads fanatic or Eddie Van Halen fanatic. So go ahead.
Here's the thing. I agree with you as far as, if Eddie died after 1984, what would, think of what I just see. Okay, so he did 6 fucking albums, but after that, that stuff wasn't as great. But, okay, Randy did too. But here's the difference. Eddie Van Halen was a fierce drug addict, an alcoholic, where Randy was not. So I'm just saying that, if he had gone on, I don't think he would have gone on the downward spiral that Edward did.
I don't think so at all.
Yeah.
In fact, I think they probably would have put out maybe the best Ozzy album.
Yeah, he was going to do another Ozzy album.
That might have been his best stuff. But I'm not saying. What I'm saying is you don't know. Mm-hmm. It's the unknown.
No, that's
but we
true.
do know this about Randy, and let's not glorify Randy because we know that Quiet Riot 1 and 2 exist.
Yes, but.
And those records stink. And I understand he's playing for Kevin Dubrow and he's writing songs for that imbecile.
Yeah.
God rest his soul. We never want to disparage the dead. That piece of shit, Kevin Dubrow, it sucked. But anyways, he's writing those glam songs and they're terrible. And how do you know that it's more Kevin Dubrow than Randy? Because the same year they're doing Quiet Riot 2, Randy goes and joins Ozzy and writes one of the greatest records, Blizzard of Oz, and then follows it up with a better album.
Mm-hmm. But see, he was going to go to UCLA and get a degree in classical guitar too. I mean, the guy was like aspiring.
No, he was good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He didn't, Eddie just kind of rested on his laurels, so to speak. I mean, he was always going to be great, but he never went beyond the Eddie Van Halen.
Eddie's a rock guitarist.
Yeah.
He's a rock guitarist. He's not trying to be a classical guy. He's not trying to be he was getting a little into the fusion-y side a little bit when he was hanging with Holdsworth, that solo he does on
Secrets.
Drop Dead Legs is a little bit reminiscent of him trying to sound like Holdsworth. But for the most part, he was just a rock player and a great one. One of the greats. Randy was a great player. Like I said, I mean, I can't say enough about Mr. Crowley's guitar solo. I think it's brilliant.
It's my favorite.
But I also think of it in the same way I look at Rick Emmett. Like, I think the solo to Fight the Good Fight was brilliant.
That's their best song.
And I'll tell you something funny. I don't know if you guys know who the producer Tom Werman is.
I've seen the name.
Yeah.
He produced like Motley Crue, and he produced Cheap Trick in the late 70s. I think he might have done the Dream Police album. Anyways, he was great. He was great.
I think I know Ethel Werman.
That's Merman.
Yeah, that's Jeff Tate. And so he
That's
by the
what I
way,
was trying to get.
by the way, their best song might be Screaming in Digital. Anyways, so Tom Werman, they were talking to Jeff Pilson about Tom Werman, and they were saying how Tom and George Lynch didn't get along together. And I guess George Lynch said some disparaging things over the time, like he doesn't know anything about guitar and yada, yada, yada. But one of the things that Jeff Pilson said that turned out to be right was Tom, I guess, told George, you're using way too much distortion, and it doesn't record well. The guitar doesn't come across as nice. I mean, Eddie's tone, even Randy's tone on the second album there, what's that, Diary, it's a much cleaner sound than the first distortion pedal into it. You know what I mean? Like that. And so he was telling them you should. And I know that Terry Date has done that because Jimmy Hazel told me that when he worked with Terry Date, Terry came over and changed the sounds on his amp and said, this is your sound you're going to record with. And Jimmy was just like, okay. Where he was so much more, I'm going to listen to a guy who's a great producer. George Lynch fought him the whole way. But then I went and listened to Tom Werman interview, and Tom was like, listen, I think George Lynch is a top 10 guitar player of all time. I'm like, forget it. Now I'm siding with George. This guy's an idiot.
Oh, shit.
He thinks George Lynch is that good. He's like, George Lynch in some magazine was the 40-something best guitar player of all time. I think he's top 10. I think he might be in the top 400. But all you fucking George Lynch loving faggots out there, he stinks. He sounds like Warren DeMartini with Tourette's. He's horrendous.
Oh, come on, Dave.
George Lynch loving.
He has played some cool shit, dude.
I agree.
No,
don't get me wrong. I even came across and said, in fact, the big fight between Tom Werman and George Lynch was on one of the songs on that album, it might be on Tooth and Nail, there's a great guitar solo. And I think I even brought it up on the show a couple of weeks ago. I said, Lynch does play a great solo. But then there's another song on the album, and he says Lynch is just playing as fast as he can, and it sounds like nonsense. And he's like, why don't you play another brilliant solo like on that song, something melodic that adds both characters? And George Lynch took a hissy fit and threw his guitar to the ground.
Huh. I don't doubt that.
Yeah, of course. I mean, and that same style of guitar playing was so prevalent back then because you could look at fucking Vivian Campbell on Gypsy. The solo in Gypsy is, I'm sorry if anyone likes it, especially Dio, who thinks that album's better than Heaven and Hell.
I probably didn't like it because I can't remember it.
It stinks. He's trying to play as fast as he can. There's no relation to time. It's just like nothing's in the pocket. It's just not good. But no, Lynch does play a couple of great solos. I don't like anything after Tooth and Nail. I'm going to be honest with you. The old Dream Warriors, and I forget the album after. No.
Well, hey, Under Lock and Key didn't have like the greatest songs. It had some good riffs, but it did have some good solos on it. I got to say that. If you listen to just the solos on that album,
in the words of Daryl Hall and John Oates, I can't go for that. No, I got to have a song. Like, to me, and I'll say it, look, guys, I'm not a huge Dokken fan.
Hey, wait. No, I did not say. I did not say. I thought I preempted that with.
No, you did. You said the song stinks.
I did not say.
I'm saying I agree with you. What I'm saying is, look, Just Got Lucky's a great fucking song. Mm-hmm. I'll put that song up against any Rat song. Somebody want to tell me a Rat song that's better than Just Got Lucky? I'll argue. I don't think there is one. I think Just Got Lucky is a perfect pop metal song.
I like
Lay It Round and Round.
Lay It Down's better. Lay It Down is better.
You like Lay It Down, huh?
Yeah.
I mean, it's a good song. I just find it Lay It Down. I know you don't. I'll take Just Got Lucky.
I like the riff better.
I'll give you it's a good song.
When people play it right too.
Yeah, it's got swagger. But it's not. I don't think it's as good. Just Got Lucky has a great verse and a great melody, and it's a great song. And that I love that.
Yeah, no, it's great. I'm not saying that's not a great song. I just say that I think
Alone Again is a great song.
Good.
I'm alone again with Into the Fire is a great tune.
About It's Not Love.
Is It's Not Love on
No, that's on Under Lock and Key.
Okay, yeah, because the production on It's Not Love stinks too.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's the story. Hold on. You read that Lynch had the Aussie gig locked up. That's George Lynch's story.
Oh no, that's a good story there. He was there and
he was there, but they didn't like him. I don't think Sharon liked him.
She didn't, but that's why they got Jake, and he was told he had the gig, and then they got Jake and just said, "Sorry, he's in."
Lynch and Jake were roommates. If I remember.
No, I thought
correctly.
Jake and DeMartini were roommates.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So Neil says something that.
Oh, okay. Also, that's right, because he was supposed to be a rat. Yeah.
Yeah. So they didn't like the fact that Lynch's hair wasn't long enough too, and he'd like, I think, had quit his job and done all other kinds of shit. He was ready to go, and then they said, "Yeah, sorry, this guy's in." And they're like,
"Yeah."
Oh. So yeah, he was pretty crushed.
And to be fair, Jakey Lee's a better player.
Yeah.
To be fair.
In his prime. Too.
I don't know that George's hair was too short. I mean, I know that's part of the reason, but if the guy was a smoke show, they would be like, "Who cares? We'll put extensions in his hair." Let me tell you something. It's a very, anytime you go do an audition or you're doing anything they want to make it work. If they believe that you are the guy, they'll make it work. They would have put extensions in his. They wouldn't care.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You don't think they?
Well, he brought that up. He's like, I could have worn a wig,
Yeah, they could. They didn't like the way he played. Is the bottom line. And so any excuse. Let me tell you something. You don't like the way they play. It's a lot easier to say to them, "Yeah, your hair's short." Okay, it wasn't my playing. You didn't hurt me. That's really what it comes down to.
I don't know if it was so much that or if it was just a personality clash. Because,
whatever. I'm saying it's not the hair.
Yeah, no, I don't think it was completely that either. I mean, they just used that as probably a little something to soften the blow. But
of course,
Ozzy.
Yeah, what are they going to say? We think you're a douche.
Ozzy said,
"Personality thing."
He plays like he's jerking off the guitar neck.
Right. Well, Ozzy was sitting there like, "Listen, does this guy have his medication? It looks like he's got Tourette's over there." Tom Werman says he's the top 10 guitar player. I can name 10 guitar players that I've seen in the same room that are better. In fact, you know what it was? Because I went to an Ibanez. Was it Ibanez or Jackson? They had a thing at NAMM, and Lynch was there. Paul Gilbert was there. Marty Friedman was there. There was like 20 guitar players on stage. Lynch was the worst.
I've seen recordings
I'm not a fan.
of that.
Look, and by the way, folks, next week George Lynch will be here. He'll be here to
it's about
field
time.
any of these questions.
The same can be said about a lot of. I mean, look at Ace Frehley. I mean, everybody's like, "Oh, Ace is the reason I play guitar," and he's this.
Yeah,
but he can't. I mean, some nights he can, but a lot of nights
Ace can be the reason why you play guitar, because when Ace is playing on records, they sound fine. Kiss inspired a lot of people to listen to music, but no one's sitting there saying at the end of the day, "I want to be as good as Ace." Because all you got to do is put on a fucking goalie mitt on your left hand. I mean,
I don't know if he's been getting drunk or he just drank so much he can't get out of that freaking alcoholic mind of his. It's like it seems like every show he's stumbling around.
I don't know, but I'm certain he has enough money that he could afford a better wig. The one he's got, it just
you don't like the Bonaducci?
Oh no, it's terrible. It's terrible.
You know who has a great hair
Kiss
piece
went
is
and
Al
sold.
DiMeola.
Yeah, he's got because he has short hair. Generally, he looks like Cy Sperling. The Kiss has sold, I think, all their intellectual property.
300 million.
Not a high price.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Now, I wonder if with that goes the publishing. I can't imagine they gave up publishing with that money.
I think they did, but there's a clause where they still get a certain percentage. I think they get some kind of they still get something.
They're getting
some kind of percentage from it. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, crazy.
Yeah, let them manage it. Yeah.
I mean, who cares? I haven't cared about Kiss since Alive 2. Let's just okay. So I have been going down a rabbit hole watching podcasts, and I've come across the biggest douchebag ever, and I'm addicted to watching podcasts about him.
Who is this bag of douche?
He is a child actor who is terrible. Now he's out there performing music.
Wait, TV or movies?
Let me just say this. Are you guys familiar with who Scott? Ooh, yes, indeed. Are you guys familiar with Scott Thorson?
He's the guy at Liberace. Liberace's
Scott Thorson was Liberace's driver. But we all know that Lee really drove that bus. Thank you, folks. I'm here all week.
The mud bus.
So Lee was Liberace's banging this guy, Scott Thorson. Isn't he wonderful? And every day that he's alive, he's looking more and more like Liberace. He's slowly turning into Liberace. There isn't a person on this planet that can tell me that Michael Jackson wasn't fucking Corey Feldman. This guy got the Michael Jackson DNA in his shit pipe. And since then, he's been doing the dance. He's dancing like him. He tries to sing like him. Every video he does, he thinks he's Smooth Criminal, or he's in the Billie Jean video. And people call him out on it. They're like, people call him out on it. And they're like, that's Michael Jackson's dance. He's like, yeah, we grew up dancing together. We grew up dancing together? The guy did Smooth Criminal, which is at the last decent thing of his career when you were 14, you fucking idiot. He's 10 years old on TV dancing when you're fucking coming out of your mother's fucking cunt. Thank you, folks. I'm trying to see how long I can stay on the air. But honestly, what the hell is... They grew up... So let me tell you what a good guy Corey Feldman is. His best friend, supposedly, by the way, who can't stand him... His best friend, Corey Haim, who Corey Haim hated him. His best friend said to him at their last dinner, I want you to go out and tell my story. Because, you know, Corey, you got balls and you can go out there. The guy knew he was going to die. At 38 years old, he's telling you to go out and tell his story. I don't fucking think so. The driver... Corey's driver, who's come out since then, says he was at that dinner, said no such conversation took place. The two of them never even spoke a second without him standing there. Fucking gold. But anyways, this guy, since Corey Haim has died, has been ripping Corey Haim, telling him, oh, he was molested by everybody in the business. Meanwhile, Corey Haim had publicly spoke about it and told his mother that there was one guy, and it was a friend of Corey Feldman's, this Dominic Brazia guy, who molested him, but that was it. Now that he's dead, Corey Feldman's like, he goes, and it's just so funny how there's a great thing where
wait, what
people
about
read
the Charlie Sheen thing?
That's bullshit. He said Charlie Sheen, he according to his story, Corey Haim told him that, this is according to Feldman, Charlie Sheen walked up to him with a thing of Crisco and said, let's go between two buses. This is what people in the movies do. Let me bang you in the ass. This is Corey Feldman's story of it. Corey Haim's sister says that's absurd. I was with him during the filming of the whole movie. He never left my side unless he was on camera, and I was with him there wasn't a time when he was alone.
The big question is did he say that after Charlie Sheen did all the tiger blood and stuff like that and took advantage of him acting like a nut and say, well, people will believe this story?
Oh, I don't know. The whole point was it's bullshit.
Yeah.
It's bullshit. And he is just like, but he's trying to raise money. He is just a shitbag. And I don't know if you guys have seen his videos or and he's got these angels, Corey's angels. He gets these girls who are like homeless runaways and gives them a place to stay. They have to learn their instrument. They play in his band. They have all kinds of rules where they have to be vegan if they're going to eat in the house, and they can't eat past 12. One of the girls says it's the Gremlins diet. We can't eat after 12. They're fucking mogwais over there. He goes on the Today Show. I mean, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Anthony Cumia from Opie and Anthony.
Nope.
Anthony Cumia, somebody put together a 6-hour video on YouTube of Anthony Cumia just ripping the shit out of Corey Feldman for 6 hours. It's fucking gold. This guy, though, has no sense of himself. Like, he can't sing. The music is terrible. Let me see. You guys want to see? Let me see if I can pull up a clip here on. This will be. Here's one from the Today Show. Yo, you got to see this girl in the. Hold on, let me pull this up first of all. Let me present, share screen. Let's try this. Share. Okay, you guys see this, right? All right, here we go. Let's go to this. Let me get rid of the. Can we not? Oh, I have it muted. Hold on. Skip. And unmute.
What the hell is he in?
Hey, Corey, good to see you. Hello, and thank you so much for all the love and support. We love you. Thank you.
What is he in? He thinks he's fucking Queen Amidala.
Insanity. But what people didn't know, you were hearing from a lot of people.
Look at the fucking dead eyes on the girl behind him. She's like, you can tell she's monitoring she's looking at every exit. Okay, there's one there. If I have to run, there's one there.
You need it to be true to you. You know what? A friend of mine who actually helped, he's an investor of mine. His name is Brian McMullen, and he was on the phone with me. I was
way to out your investor.
Said, think of it this way: when Kids first started, when Eminem first started,
is that a tin hat he's wearing?
They all got hate. People were turning them
he's comparing himself right now, if you pay attention, to Nirvana and Eminem.
But those all became amazing legends. So just think of it that way, and that really turned it around for me because I'm like, you know what, you're right. A lot of people get.
See, somebody had to convince him that he was good because.
But it's all about innovation and being.
Yes, phone home, Johnny Kramer.
So you're not afraid to go at it again today? Not letting the bullies get to us. And this song, by the way, is for America. We are at a time right now where the world needs to focus really on.
Who better to speak for America?
It looks like a mess.
Than Corey Feldman, this woke piece of shit. This fake woke piece of shit.
Corey's comeback. Go ahead, Corey.
Corey's comeback.
Oh, there's somebody. Hey, look at this. They had to show this album cover on someone's phone. Like you couldn't bring an album with you.
It looked like a little kid drew it.
Oh my God! Listen to this music. Oh, he's a goldfish. I don't know what chord she's playing. Oh my God, he's horrendous.
What, the Today Show?
I guess singing in tune is an option.
What when was this?
5 years ago, I think.
I like how it's freezing up like that.
What?
I don't like how it's freezing up every now and then. I know if you're getting on that end.
For me, it isn't.
It's fucking hilarious. The poses he's freezing it on my end.
Hold on. So wait, let me just show you. This was the first time he came on the show. Then they had to invite him back because there was so much hate, and the show felt bad for him. That's what they claimed. But I think it's because they were like, "Oh my God, it went viral. We got to get him back. Here's a new song. Look at this."
What the fuck?
This isn't freezing up for anyone? The Feldman thing?
No.
Okay. I mean, us are fine. It's just that the video is freezing up.
Now he's got the black version of the costume.
Some of the poses, it's freezing in on my side. I'm fucking hilarious.
Maybe she's not
She's
bad
singing
looking.
too. I can't hear her.
Baby, let's go for it. Let's go for it. We got nothing to lose, so baby, let's go for it. Let's go.
I think Corey's the weak link there.
I like the fact that his mic almost turned off.
We're not gonna stop until we reach the top.
Top. He sucks. Here he goes.
I can't say it's freezing up.
Lies they tarnish you, try to abolish you. Spin your good deeds until they become bad news.
Yeah.
They match your name with shame. They point it live at you that nobody knows their name.
Wait till this guy comes on and raps. I've watched this video 4,000 times, folks. I'm obsessed. This guy comes on and raps. He looks like he's Mike Kennedy. Remember the Houdini? It's the guy from the Houdini. Michael Jackson moves. Yeah, I fucked Michael. I don't want to be a pirate. Here we go. Here's my Kennedy.
Oh, now he's legit, whoever this guy is.
The guy from Houdini.
I have no idea.
How much more must we endure?
Yeah, I think we get the point.
Yeah, we get the point, Dave.
Oh yeah, no, Paul Stanley's still gay, but Feldman is a problem here.
Oh yeah, he doesn't look right.
You're right, Ed Dana. He is such a douche. He really is, and it's unbelievable. But watching him dance, and these aren't even the Michael Jackson-esque songs. There's some videos you can watch, but honestly, guys, Anthony Cumia's stuff is fucking gold. There's also, you guys know Sal Volcano. He's from Impractical Jokers.
I just saw that on Monday for the first time.
He's on a podcast with a group called The Bonfire, and they rip into it. These guys, they take 3 hours to watch a video. They're pausing it every 2 seconds. But honestly, I've gone down a very dark rabbit hole watching Corey fucking Feldman stuff. He is awful. Agreed, Neil. Complete lack of self. Oh my God. Yeah. It's embarrassing. But anyways, that's
what happens when you grow up in Hollywood.
Yep. Holly weird.
Well, the funny thing is I've seen videos where people are like, oh, he was Mouth in whatever movie. Oh, he was, I mean, first of all, Stand By Me, I never liked. I was too old, I think, for when it came out, and I didn't care. The Goonies I didn't see till maybe 3 or 4 years ago, and
I still
it's
haven't watched
gay.
that in full.
Lost Boys was good though.
Lost Boys is great, but I mean, that's first of all, Corey Haim was the bigger star in that, playing Michael's son, Michael's younger brother, and you got Jason Patric and Kiefer Sutherland.
Yeah.
What's his name is a minor role in it. And do you remember Corey
Alex
Feldman
Win-
originally was on like
Alex
a
Winter's in
McDonald's
that, too.
commercial, and he was like 4 or 5. That's where I remember him from.
Yep.
Leaving the 50-cent coupon for fucking Santa.
Well, Gremlins, he was,
Now, Gremlins is another one where, but he wasn't like a main. I don't think he lived in the house. Who was the kid that lived in the house?
well, that was the Zach. What's his face? He was the main guy, but still, he was a supporting character. I mean,
Friday the 13th.
So wait, was Goonies? Well, yeah, Goonies is what, 85, June of 85. So I would have been. No,
I thought it was 84.
I'd say June of 85. I had to have been 17. Look that up. And I would say that it was probably either right when I was graduating my junior year of high school.
Okay.
Before my senior year.
It came out in what month did you say?
I said June of 85.
Oh, you're so close. It was June 7th, 1985.
Okay. Right. Okay, so I
I'm
was
disappointed, Dave.
I was probably the last week of my junior year in high school. And so I'm 17 years old. I honestly wouldn't give a shit about a movie called The Goonies. Now, I understand 3 or 4 years younger than me and so on would have watched it. I never did.
I've never seen the entire thing. It's like it
yeah, and so I watched it like 3 or 4 years ago. And I got to tell you, I don't even remember Corey Feldman in it.
it's not.
But I mean,
really-
I know he's in Lost. Well, I think he's in several Lost Boys, but the first one's the only.
Well, like I said, Friday the 13th, he was in one of those, or a couple of those.
Oh yeah,
I wouldn't know.
yeah. I think it was the second one.
He was also in
he's
the
in
Bad
that?
News Bears TV show.
Oh, that was terrible.
Yes, it was. Jack Warden couldn't even.
Jack
save
Warden played Buttermaker.
It. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you know what it's like, and Matt would know this. You'll understand it, Krell, but Matt will know this firsthand. When we talk about two brothers, David and Peter, we know that these guys were loving music, playing music and rapping. I'm talking about the Barbarian Brothers.
Uh-huh.
And a lot of their stuff was horrendous.
Oh yeah.
Horrendous. But you could tell them it was terrible, and they would laugh, and they would enjoy that. And they wouldn't care. And not in a negative way. The thing is overall, those guys were nice guys who just lacked a sense of themselves.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like David was a great photographer. He had a great artistic eye. But as far as like, you know, on the technical aspect of getting behind a camera, he wouldn't know anything. But he was just a great, you know, and David actually started getting into certain songs, but a lot of his stuff was crap. And I would tell him, I'm like, Dave, this is the gayest lyrics, whatever. But they were nice guys, and there was something very likable about them. Like they could just start laughing, and you'd laugh with them. You'd be like, all right, you guys know you're knuckleheads.
Yeah,
You know?
they were knuckleheads. That's for sure.
Oh, completely. Corey Feldman's problem is I don't feel like first of all, I feel like he's a douche. He's unlikable. And I don't think has a sense of himself where I could imagine if you worked for him and you said, this stinks, he'd be like, you're fired. This is great. You don't know shit.
Well, here's the thing.
Whereas-
Anybody that models himself after someone else, especially a famous person, has definitely got no sense of self, and he's trying to find an identity because he doesn't have one. He doesn't have any sense of, you know, who he is. So he's like trying to be Michael Jackson.
Well, he has a sense of who sodomized him for 3 years.
Okay, well.
I'm telling you, that's my theory. Scott Thorson slowly became Lee, slowly turned into Liberace.
That was, didn't you see the Michael Douglas movie?
Oh, did I see it? One of my all-time favorites.
Wasn't Liberace actually, encouraging that? Trying to get him to do these things?
Well, I would say yes and no. I'd say yes, that's how it went in the movie, but the movie's based on a book written by Scott Thorson. Uh-huh. And we all know the law. The first one dead is the one who's getting fucking blamed. Right? I mean, Corey Haim dies, and all of a sudden, you got to see Corey Feldman tell some of these Corey Haim stories. Corey came to me and he was, I almost got the voice down. Corey came to me and he was like, hey, you've got a lot of balls and you got like so much charisma. This is Corey Feldman telling him what Corey Feldman said. Let me tell you what Corey Haim probably said. Fuck you, douche. And Feldman walks away going, when you may have heard him say, fuck you, douche, but really what he was saying was, you got a lot of balls, and all the women want to be with you and not me because I'm a fucking drug addict. That's
well. So, I don't know if this was so true or not, because they did do that show, The Two Coreys. Remember?
Oh, do I remember? I know it well. Do you remember in The Two Coreys when they go to the diner?
I didn't like.
I never watched it.
I just knew.
And Corey Haim says to him, he's like, goes off on him not being his friend. He couldn't fake it anymore because he hated him. The family says that they didn't like Corey Feldman. And he was like, where the fuck were you when your friend molested me? I'm 14 years old and you took off. Where were you? And he was just like, he didn't know what to say. So the whole story is after that episode, which was like a real head-to-head episode, Corey Feldman says, Corey Haim then said to me, we should go to dinner. I want my mom to come out to dinner with us. And so they went to dinner, and that's where Corey Haim supposedly says to him, I want you to tell my story, which I can tell you with 100% certainty that conversation didn't happen. But again, first one dead. Better watch your back, Paul Stanley. They're going to start telling stories. Who knows if they're true or not? Careful, stepchild.
Yeah, that's one thing though. I've never heard any stories about him getting busted with, in any shady situations,
No. Well, no.
I haven't heard anything with Roth either. Everyone, some people presume that Roth is gay, but he's never been seen or been busted for, playing around. So I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. My thing with Roth is you never hear the opposite either.
Yeah, it's true. That's very true.
And so therefore it tells me that maybe he abstains.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't want to go down that path of looking for young men in the Venice Beach toilets, a la Rob Halford.
But he will get busted for buying a joint on the streets in like New York or something. Where was that? Remember that?
Yeah. But I mean, I think a lot of people resort to drugs and alcohol when they can't express themselves in a different way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So maybe that's why Lee Roth, because I just watched another thing with Lee Roth. Everyone always has a Lee Roth story, and it's him hanging out with a couple of dudes from another band. And I'm like, if I was Lee Roth, or if I'm playing in a band and I'm out there, last thing I'm hanging out with is dudes from other bands. I wouldn't even do that when I was playing local scene. I would just say to Bella Cheeks, let's go to fucking Mel's Drive-In after the gig and we'll go get some food. I don't drink, so I didn't care. I didn't want to fucking...
Mel's.
I gotta do sit there and drink beers and hang out with Brynarski? Give me a break. Come on, Matt. That was for you.
I know who that is as well. The actor.
Oh, you
Sorry,
do?
I was reading the comments, but I didn't hear what you said.
I said, what do you think I'm going to do after I play a gig? Go and hang and drink with Brynarsky?
Oh, Jesus Christ. That guy.
Right.
Does his face take a different shape after he's drunk? You know how he has that really big face?
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't take a different shape. He's just,
You know who he is?
I mean, he was always high.
Yeah.
Even
Yeah,
at the
it's
gym,
like
he was
he's
always
been in
baked.
movies. But he was in...
that guy was the biggest asshole, man. He was just...
No groupie has ever talked about Roth publicly. In fact, Apollonia, who was rumored to be with David Lee Roth, talked about a story how Prince was making a joke about her, and she's like, we're just friends. We just hang out. We don't do anything.
Yeah, it's exactly who I thought it was. You had me
he's an actor, Peter Herring, that was part of the Venice community for a while. So Matt and I know him very well.
Yep.
Oh, he played Leatherface in Texas Chainsaw. Yeah.
The remake.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Totally.
the remake. He was Latimer
Gunnar
Smears
Hansen.
and
Gunnar Hansen was the original.
Yeah.
no, Apollonia didn't turn Bible Thumper. The other one did. Vanity.
Yeah, I
Vanity's
used
the
to
one
get
that
them
turned Bible
confused,
Thumper.
too.
She used to belong to a church in Pasadena. So Hannibal says he read a lot about Roth from old 70s punk band. He would show up after parties just getting high. Yeah, like I said, I mean, but you never hear stories of of Roth, like you do the Gene Simmons stories. And I'm not talking about like the self Gene Simmons stories, but just in general back in the day, he was running around with a lot of different women. Oh yeah, Apollonia was cute back then. And yeah, I mean, I'm just trying to think. I mean, what's the girl's name that died recently that was with Coverdale?
Oh, Tawny Katane.
Tawny Katane used to date a guy that worked for Van Halen. He was either like the sound crew, or he was part of the stage manager, but he was good friends with David Lee Roth. And she had said that when she was dating this guy, that Lee Roth would be the third wheel hanging out with them all the time. So I don't know. You never hear stories of Dave, but I will say, I know Sammy Hagar hates him.
Oh yeah.
And there's reason, because I don't think Lee Roth ever turns it off.
No.
That's a problem. But when you think about Van Halen, and the other thing about Van Halen that people don't give credit, or in some ways probably should hate them, is Van Halen caused the big Poison, Warrant, Rat, all that whole music scene in the 80s, the Sunset Strip and the early MTV hair bands are all from Van Halen.
Yep.
All trying to be the next. I mean, when you think about, Poison and what they did on stage, it's just like the Jump video or the Panama video. Everyone was trying to get bigger than the other guy, and it was like, hey, you guys might want to fucking think about cutting a decent record.
Yeah.
I was never a Poison fan. No,
nor was I. But here's an interesting fact: is that when I did work at Gold's, Dave came in there a couple of times, and I went up and talked to him for a few, and he was actually a really nice guy.
Yeah, that's what I hear.
Yeah,
I hear that if you talk to him before the sun goes down, he's great. Because that was his rule. That he doesn't drink or do anything, like doesn't party until it's nighttime. The daytime, he's into working out and getting fit.
Mm-hmm.
And now I think that he's older, he's basically trying to figure out how to become a stowaway on the Jupiter 2. Oh, the pain. Tawny Katane is dead, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, she died just a
you know what's sad?
She had her own podcast show too.
Well, she there's this show that goes on a couple of times a year in LA. It's in Burbank in October and Pasadena in like May and June. It's called Monster Palooza. It's got nothing to do with, you know, rock and roll or music, but for some reason, one year she was doing the autograph thing behind a table, and it was sad because she just sat there with this little dog, and no one was going up to get her autograph.
Did you talk to her?
I didn't. It was too sad, and she.
I would have walked up to her and go, "Here I go again."
Oh yeah.
Taking love on my. Is this love?
She'd be saying, "Do you want to buy a picture or what?" Because I mean, she wound up leaving early. She just packed up her shit and left. But it was kind of like embarrassing to see.
No, I don't think DLR can turn it off. And I'll tell you why. Sammy Hagar tells a great story that, and I think it was Kid Rock who was like, why the fuck aren't you guys going up there on stage together? So he tried to get them to go up there together. And so Hagar went over to Lee Roth's thing, and he said Lee Roth the whole time was like, oh, you know, trying to be like talking to him like he's a fan. Like, instead of just talking like a normal dude, like, hey, let's do this, we'll go and do that, like to have a normal talk, he's like Dave was in Dave mode. And to me, that's just fucking douchey.
Mm.
And he never turns it off. It's like, yeah, it's like, fuck off. You know, some of those guys, like, I don't know. To me, it's like how you are, Vi or Sheehan ever say anything? I mean, I think the people that work with him like him. I mean, I knew I worked with Ray Luzier, the drummer for David Lee Roth, on the Hagar tour. Now he plays with Korn. And Ray always said nice things about him. He liked Dave a lot. You know, I never opened up about what I think. Who do you think the best guitar player to play in Whitesnake? Wow.
Oh, geez. Sykes.
I mean, Sykes is great, but I don't know, because I don't think that album's the best album. I think the album before it's better. Slide It In. And Sykes only plays like 2 solos on that record. And in the UK printing of that record, Sykes isn't even on it. It's just the US printing of Slide It In. But who's on the Ready and Willing album? To me, I would say I like Bernie Marsden in the band.
He's great.
And I also like Adrian Vandenberg.
I never liked him.
Oh, he does that. He does the better solo in Here I Go Again. The problem with Adrian Vandenberg is he broke his wrist before recording the Whitesnake Eponymous album in 89. Was it Eponymous? No, not Eponymous. The Eponymous is 87. No, 89 is...
Slip of the Tongue.
Slip of the Tongue. And so Steve Vai went in to do all the guitar playing on it. Mm-hmm. And to me, that's why you have pick slides, and it's a noisy... You know, you want to hear
that's not self-aware.
Tone. Yeah, you want to talk about terrible guitar tone. Hire Steve Vai. Great like player, horrible tone.
I liked him in
Alcatraz. It's Howie, everybody.
How's it going, Howie?
Hey, guys.
What does that say? Cannibal Corpse? Your favorite band?
The band with the most disgusting album covers of all time.
Gotta love it.
Oh, and I heard something the other... Wait, what was I going to mention to Howie? God, I had something to bring up to you. I forget what it was.
If anybody watching ever gets a chance to check it out, there's a documentary called The History of Metal and Horror. And it's got a bunch of, rock stars on it. There's
So I get this hate. When I post videos, I always get hate on a lot of videos. Well, I did a video on Uli, Matthias, and Michael Schenker. And people rip into me about my comments on UFO, which I feel justified. Because I wasn't really talking about Michael on the UFO records. I'm talking about the vocalist, who I don't care for. Although I do love the song, I'm getting ready to feel on the Lights Out record, Howie. You know that tune?
Oh, yeah. But
now let me ask you this, Howie. You're on an island. Hervé Villachez is screaming, "Here comes a plane," but you can't hear him because your radio's cranking, and it can only be cranking UFOs, albums with Michael Schenker, or Michael Schenker Group, first 4 albums.
Oh, you already know the answer to that.
I don't.
I thought you and I were in a relationship, Dave.
Michael Schenker Group should be your answer.
Of course, that's my answer.
Okay, but I was schwitzing a bit because I'm like, is he going to say Strangers in the Night?
I like Strangers in the Night, but nowhere near as much as my love for the MSG. I mean, I would take Schenker's Live at Budokan, the first live album, over Strangers.
100%. 100%. These people, they think I'm crazy. I'm sitting there like the Schenker stuff with Gary Barden singing is melodic. The guitar playing's fantastic. And they're better songs and better production than that UFO stuff. I'm sorry, Rock Bottom. The only time I want to hear Rock Bottom is Gene going, "Rock Bottom." That's it.
So what I was saying before Dave cut me off and just steamrolled over everything I was saying.
I couldn't hear you.
Check out the documentary History of Metal and Horror. There's
Metal and Horror.
Yeah, there's a big section on Cannibal Corpse in there, and they're talking about the album covers and shit. And there's a guest appearance by me in the there's a wraparound story to it, and this guy's putting in these tapes, and I'm like the military guy, and I start this little speech. But anyway, it's pretty cool. They they got Alice Cooper and Kirk Hammett and a bunch of other metal guys. And
I'm not a Cannibal Corpse fan of the music whatsoever. It's not my thing.
Me either.
But they are very, very old and good friends of mine. The band got its start in Buffalo, my hometown, and Alex Webster, the bass player, and Rob Barrett, one of the original guitar players who left and came back. They're like really, really good friends. So usually when they come into town, I go see them, and I don't really watch the whole show because it's just not me, but they're like they're nicest, coolest guys you can imagine. So we have a lot in common. We're all hockey fans, yada, yada, yada. So
I've actually never heard any of their stuff. I just know of them.
Yeah, it's not for everybody, and that's cool. And
I tell you, the album covers, though, I used to work at a record store, and it's like you can't put those on display in a general public,
Peter Herring, the point of my video was, I think Uli Roth is easily the best player of those 3, in my opinion. At least he's my favorite player of those 3. And his best playing to me is on Beyond the Astral Skies. But my point was, regardless of what you think of Uli as a player, you can't diss Matthias because Matthias brought the Scorpions to a pop level and brought them success that Uli could have never done.
Yeah, agreed.
He was part of the Van Halen sound type of thing. His playing, you could tell he was a little influenced by it. And you wouldn't have Howie's favorite song by the Scorpions, The Zoo. He hates it. No, but you wouldn't have No One Like You. I mean, every song on Blackout's a fantastic record.
Oh, no, that's a great album.
Fantastic. When the Smoke is going down, Arizona.
China White.
Yeah, great. It's great. But I just think that you have to give Matthias some credit because he definitely made that band a poppier band.
I think Neil's kidding when he says Scorpion album covers are more offensive than Cannibal Corpse.
Virgin Killer. Virgin Killer was
the Virgin Killer on its own. It's more offensive than pretty much any album cover by anybody, really.
Yeah. Yeah, Matthias was great. I think I like Matthias a lot. I love the solo he plays in Coming Home. What do you guys think of Def Leppard's early stuff? Did I talk to you about this? The other day I'm driving home and High and Dry came on. Saturday!
Yeah, no, the first 2 albums were great.
First 3 albums.
I wasn't a Pyromania fan, really.
Really? I like Pyromania. Overplayed, but I mean,
I didn't dislike it. I just it kind of took their edge away to me, you know.
His stereo, they went full retard basically.
Yeah.
You never go full retard.
Yeah, it seemed like they made that switch from like, you know, rock band to pop metal.
Yeah, Howie, you missed my whole rant on Corey Feldman
And George Lynch.
and George Lynch, but
They're the same person, aren't they?
You missed the weekly George Lynch sucks rants.
I wasn't saying that. I did. I guess I was.
You
saying
said he
it was
sucks
Tom
a million
Werman.
times.
They was in like an argument with Tom Werman, the producer, and then the producer like came back and was saying some very nice things about George Lynch. At the point, I was like, "Well, Tom Werman might be nuts."
I like the Kiss of Death song.
I'll be right back. Give me 1 second, please. Sorry.
Go ahead. Seen Scorpions twice. 83. Michael Schenker came on for the encores and played a Chrome V. The Mutt Lang stuff, I seen an interview where he always said that the Scorpions' biggest mistake was he was so against the killer artwork. Yeah, I mean, I think the last 3 albums with Uli and the Scorpions is awesome. I mean, I think besides Tokyo Tapes is live, and so I never really count live, but Taken by Force, Virgin Killers, and In Trance. Well, I don't know why I'm saying just that. I actually think Fly to the Rainbow is a brilliant record too. But it's definitely not the same kind of band.
Ooh, where did Crowbar go?
He just shut down his camera. He'll be back. I just don't think it's the same kind of band. And I think that
now, weren't there 2 Virgin Killer covers?
Yeah, there was a US cover and a wait, there's also 2 Taken by Force, right? Because isn't one of the covers the Graveyard? And the other covers all 5 guys across a black.
I don't remember. Which one had the chick with the gum on her boob?
Oh, that's Animal Magnetism.
Sorry about that.
That's all right. That's much later.
I mean, if you take Schenker and Matthias and Uli, and I didn't know how to analyze this when I was a kid, but I definitely found myself listening to Michael Schenker group stuff more than any of it, probably because I liked the songs and the singing better. I think Gary Barden's singing on the first 2 records was just, unbelievably good. So it wasn't like I want to listen to some great guitar play. I had Beyond the Astral Skies, and the singing on it is so bad and the songs are so weird that
the guitar playing is great.
Yeah, but I just never found myself listening to it that much because all the rest of it didn't go with it.
But his playing is great. It's very
no question. But I can't just sit and listen to great guitar playing when the songs are so bizarre and the singing is atrocious. I can't do it. It doesn't matter.
I agree. For me, I have a harder time when the guitar sounds like shit, which is my problem that I had with Lynch. Because I said, I think those records, I agreed with Tom Werman saying that they're overly distorted. There's too much overdrive. And, but I do love, I think Just Got Lucky. I mentioned that's a great song.
Well, are you talking Daka now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm talking about the early Lynch, the first 2 or 3 records.
I didn't like I really liked Back for the Attack. I think that's the best
I love The Night the Master Comes, Peter Herring. Oh, the night the master comes. Well, yeah, Uli sings on that, which I love Uli's singing on Drifting Sun on the Scorpions record. Told you things I wrote up on the mountain. And ripping in B flat. The gayest blues key of all time. If I ever go play blues with somebody and they're like, dude, we're going to do it in B flat. Oh, the gayest key. D minor might be
used to do it in.
The Night the Master Comes is an okay song, no question. But if somebody
Icebreak is great.
Had
that's my favorite.
If he had like Michael Flexig sing it, who sang on a little bit here and there, it would have been so much better. I don't know what he was thinking.
Well, he loves that.
He was trying to be Jimi Hendrix. He was dating Jimi Hendrix's old girlfriend back then.
Monica Danneman.
Yeah, he wanted to be Hendrix. It was bizarre.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's very strange. And now I have to think for a second because you weren't here for the first half of this show. Maybe Hendrix banged Uli Roth.
What the fuck did I was just
gonna say?
Well, because remember how
Corey
we spoke
Feldman.
earlier, Matt, and I said you had Scott Thorson was Liberace's driver. Liberace enters his anus. Scott Thorson slowly becomes Liberace.
Okay.
Corey Feldman's hanging out with Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson gives him a little stupik in the
sphincter.
And the next thing you know, he's got the hair coming down. He's out there dancing like Michael Jackson. He thinks he has a music career, and he says, "Oh, I'm not copying Michael Jackson. We grew up dancing together." Kid's younger than me.
Dancing up the dirt road.
Uli Roth. Uli Roth is playing in the Scorpions. He goes solo with his band, The Electric Sun. He starts wearing the bandana and looking more and more like Hendrix and decides he's going to bang Hendrix's girlfriend, Monica Danneman.
Well, the bandana was out of necessity, dude. He's been covering the receding hairline. You know, now he's got like the full.
Well, he didn't take the full commitment on that because he's still alive.
Who?
Uli.
Well,
following Hendrix's footsteps.
Well,
Everything
Corey-
except dying of heroin overdose.
They're all still alive.
Yeah.
No.
The people
Uli Roth.
Well,
Uli Roth what?
Yeah.
No.
You fucked up.
It was
You fucked up. Just say I fucked up.
Yeah.
You fucked up. Because Corey
Had a
Feldman's
fecal
still
chop.
alive and Scott Thorson's still alive, as far as I know. So Uli didn't die, just like the
Well,
other.
they're not committing either then.
Okay.
Oh, they're fully committed. I mean,
No.
Corey Feldman. Are you familiar with this character, by the way, Howie? A gentleman by the name of Corey Feldman.
I actually saw him walking around the NAMM show this year, signing lots of autographs and taking lots of photos.
Nambla
Oh
shell?
my God! How did you look at him like this? Isn't he like 5'5"?
He's pretty short.
Yeah. So Corey Feldman, was he dressed like Michael Jackson?
I can't remember. I don't really. There's
Howie
no
goes, I can't
Was he
remember.
wearing a hood?
When he walked by Howie goes, "Who's that smooth criminal?" That's Corey Feldman. Oh, okay. He's got the fedora. He's got the shoes that lock into the ground. He's doing all this stuff. They grew up dancing together.
Howie, was he wearing a hood? Because these videos Dave just showed us, he's wearing some kind of, weird hoodie thing. He's got.
I don't know. You could probably Google his name at like Corey Feldman NAMM 2024 and probably find people who took photos with him.
Oh, I'm sure.
Oh, have you watched any? You haven't watched any of his live performances, like the Today Show?
Oh yeah, I knew a girl who played in his band a few years back, and just
You knew one of the Angels.
yeah.
And so
You
why did she
gotta get
tell
her
you?
on this
Hey,
podcast.
wait! I got to hear. What did she tell you? How?
Oh, I don't remember the details of the stories, but just how much of a nutbag it was. I don't think they got paid. I think he thought that it was a blessing to be able to play with him. That was payment. You get to play with me. That's your payment. But I know my girlfriend's not here right now. I know as a goof, maybe 4 or 5 months ago, she went to see him live. Somebody got her a free ticket, and she had a friend in town, so they went, and she said it was like just ridiculous.
Well, there's videos on YouTube where he's yelling at the crowd for laughing, and he's like, "I will get out. I will leave the stage," and people are fucking crying.
Are you serious?
I'm telling you, if the guy came out tomorrow and said, "Listen, my music career was a fucking joke. It was all," I'd be like, "This guy's a genius." But instead, he really is. He believes it.
So you think
We got to get that angel that he knows to come on the show. We have a million questions.
if he's pulling a Andy Kaufman?
And then it would be brilliant. Then I'd be like, okay, this guy, and he would have to come out, which of course it couldn't be because he is so insane. I mean, anyways, so Howie, one of the main things is when Corey Haim, his best friend, and he's only his best friend because they were in movies together, but according to the Haim family, Corey Haim hated him.
Could be. Yeah, I don't know.
And so now he's going out saying, well, Corey said to me before he died, if something were to happen to me, you need to go out and tell my story. And basically he's going out and he's lying all these stories about Corey. It's it's gold. It's the gift that keeps giving. This guy opens his mouth. I'm watching 900 podcasts of people watching this guy. Oh, yeah.
Before Haim died, didn't they have like a reality show for a minute?
The two Coreys.
Yeah, and it was just insane.
Yeah.
I will say this though, Dave. A lot of times, family doesn't know shit but
the thing was, Corey Haim's a child actor on the film on the set of Lucas. The sister's a few years older. She's his escort and guardian.
I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about that.
I'm just saying the whole Charlie Sheen thing, she debunked and said never happened. And so people have also said, you think it'd be normal for Charlie Sheen to be walking around a set back then with a can of Crisco? What do you go to craft services? Hey, do you guys happen to have an extra bottle of Crisco? I'm about to bang that Haim kid in the ass between the buses over there.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean, as far as him hating him, I mean, sometimes, some of these celebrities, their families.
No.
They think one way, and then
you got to watch some of these. You got to watch some of these videos. You'll never in a million years think that they're not right. The things Corey Haim came to them on the day that he died, and he came to them and said, "Hey, listen, any way we can get this funeral on the two Coreys?" They were like, dude, get the fuck out of this house. What's wrong with you? And Haim was very vocal about it when he did the whole thing that he doesn't like Corey Feldman. They didn't want a lot to do with him when they did this show. Mm-hmm. That it's very out there. Craft service. Hey, can you get right like Charlie Sheen at 19 years old doesn't have the savvy to go, let me get some wet light. No, I'm going to go get some Crisco from craft services. I want everybody to know. So, the whole story is absurd. And the sister was like, he never left my side. I was with him the whole filming of the movie. Because by law or something on the studio, he had to have a guardian with him at all times.
Well, maybe the Crisco is because he was on the carnivore diet.
Well, no, Crisco's oil.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's hydrogenated corn oil.
Wristwatch, Crisco.
Well, that would have been the catering. Craft service just does the little like munchies and snacks and shit.
They do the catering.
No, craft service is the little like snacks and shit you get all day long. They wouldn't have Crisco. Crisco would be on the catering where they actually.
Yeah. Either way, no one's walking up to somebody going, "You got some Crisco? I'm gonna bang this fucking 14-year-old in a tush."
Yeah.
No one. That ain't happening. It's just insane. Now, I'm not saying Charlie Sheen's an angel, and I'm not saying that he probably didn't do lewd things to other people, but I don't think that story that Corey Feldman is. Yeah, I don't think Corey Feldman's going out there saying anything that's true. And Megyn Kelly called him out on it because he was like, I'm raising. Let me see if I can get back the Corey Feldman voice. I'm raising $10 million so I can make this movie and release it. And she's like, well, if it's to protect people and you're saying you're doing this for the goodness of things, why wouldn't you just say the names so we can stop these people from doing it now?
Yeah.
I'm trying to raise some money.
Yeah. So I can
my band
get myself out there. So Howie, while you were gone, Dave wants to get your friend from Corey's band on the show.
Yeah, are you still in contact with her? In touch with her?
Not really.
I want her on a podcast. I got a million questions.
Just how fucked up is he?
Oh, he's a mess.
Do you ever talk about getting fucked in the ass by Michael Jackson?
No, he never would. He wears that. That's his act. Because he's repressing it. He's slowly becoming. I think that's the curse.
He's like, Michael's not.
If you repress it, you slowly become the person that took advantage of you. He's becoming Michael Jackson.
Away and it's gonna be like
Michael's shtick is open for grabs. I'm gonna use it.
Yeah, when I saw Jimmy Walker put on a lot of weight, I was like, did Esther Raleigh have her way with you? I'm kidding. Yeah, he's waiting. Well, he wrote a book, Peter, in 2012 or 13. He wrote a book.
Did it have the word dynamite in it?
No, not Jimmy Walker, Corey Feldman.
Oh, Corey Feldman. I don't remember Jimmy Walker right.
Jimmy Walker had a great joke when he used to do stand-up. He says, I live in a tough neighborhood. The guy stealing my tires got run over by the guy stealing my car.
He used to come in the gym.
Yeah. And you know who else worked out there when I was there was Lawrence Hilton Jacobs.
I never saw him.
Freddie Boom Boom Washington.
Oh, yeah.
I went to an AVN Halloween party. You saw Ron Jeremy hanging out with Grandpa Al Lewis. I played one of those birthday parties. I think I might have played two of them at the, what's the name of that place? The Palace in Hollywood or the Paradise? What is that place called?
Across from the Capitol Records building?
Yes.
That used to be the Palace years ago, but then it became the Avalon, and now I don't know what it is.
Oh, okay. When it was the Palace, they have a big stage.
Yeah. It was when it was the Avalon too. It was the same place, just a name change.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I played there with Kobe Ty. At the time, her name was Carla Scott. That was her married name.
Yeah.
Then she got remarried.
The night of the white Ford Bronco and OJ and AC Cowling or whatever hell his name was, that whole thing. That night, King's X was playing at the Palace. And I remember watching, I had to get to the concert. I had tickets for the show. And I couldn't tear myself away from the TV. They're going to kill OJ, but I got to go see King's X. But they're going to kill OJ, but I got to go see King's X. So I was actually a little late getting there because of all of that.
It was 94. That was a Dogman tour, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That's the one I saw at the Strand in Providence with Galactic Cowboys opening.
I was just going to say the Galactic Cowboys were the opening band. I think I missed them because of the OJ thing.
They put on a good rock show.
Al, what's his name? Al, the guy that does the football. Al Michaels.
Al Michaels.
When OJ was there, he was like, he's on the 5, he's on the 10, he's on the 405. He's talking about like if he said the football. He's down the 10, he's on the 5, he's at the 405. Unbelievable. You know who else has a podcast which is not as interesting as his watching? He's having a podcast war with another guy, and they both hate each other. Is Stuttering John from the old Stern days?
Oh, Jesus.
They actually saw his band open for Ted Nugent.
What was the Kobe Ty joke? I missed it. Cold Roses.
Yeah, I don't think it was a joke. You just said.
What was the Kobe Ty joke? I missed it.
I did too.
Maybe he said it and it fell flat. I don't know.
I looked. I don't see anything about it. Palace now painted it baby ship brown and called it Avalon. Oh, okay. Yeah, Palace was nice.
It might still be called the Avalon. I don't know.
Explain yourself, Gold Roses.
I saw some great shows. I saw the UFO reunion around that same time, 95 maybe, with Michael Schenker. I saw that there.
It's a good venue. The stage is huge.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Yeah.
It's not utilized much anymore, which is a shame.
Yeah.
We lost the House of Blues here too. We don't have much in the way of venues that size with that kind of vibe.
Yeah, and what was the reason behind that? I mean, the
building got sold, I believe.
Reason behind what?
The reason they tore down the House of Blues.
Well, because that land, the lease was over, and the owners sold the land to developers who put one of those all-in-one condo complexes up top with a shopping area and maybe a grocery store down low. Those are the way of the future here, really.
Yeah.
Cold Roses. It wasn't a joke. I said that her real name was Carla Scott. she got remarried, so I don't know what her last name is. She used to be married to a guy, Steven Scott, but her first name was Carla, and I played for her at the AVN Halloween ball. So I wasn't making a joke about it at all. It was just I was making just a state of fact. And she could sing. And you know who else was singing? Was Diana Lauren had a metal band that she played at the show. And the host of the show was Jenna Jameson. And it was hilarious. When I walked in, she comes up and grabs me. She goes, "Come with me. You're going to meet my husband, Brad." And she, at the time, she was married to a guy, I think Brad Armstrong or something. And then that guy kept buying me shots. And I'm like, yeah, I really don't drink that much. I'm good. We did a couple of things of bourbon, and then I went on stage.
What year was that?
I want to say 97 or 98. Yeah.
So when she was still good looking.
Yeah, she didn't hit the wall.
Who?
Jen Jameson.
Oh, yeah, she looked great.
Yeah,
she looked great.
Now she's probably a fucking nightmare.
Yeah, there was a lot of vivid girls there. And, yeah, she was young. And I'm trying to think who else. I'll tell you, Diana Lauren did not look good in person. She was a lot older looking than I thought. If she's watching this show, she's like, that motherfucker. No, seriously, I was like, because I'm surprised because in picture, she's pretty. But in person, I was just like, isn't that interesting? And Colby she was super sweet. She was very nice.
Yeah, Elroy, nice. I saw Fate's Warning there too. Didn't they open for Dream Theater there? Maybe. I think I saw both. I think I saw that show there. It's a shame. I think the venue might still be open. I guess I could look it up. But
the Troubadour is still there, yeah.
Yeah, but it's.
I've never got to see a show there.
Yeah, the Avalon's still there.
That was my favorite place to play.
Troubadour?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the whole time I was in LA, I never saw anyone playing there that I wanted to go see.
Yeah.
It's always at the Whiskey.
Whiskey I don't care for so much. I like the Dragonfly because I used to like the sound guy there. He had good ears.
Yeah, the place is all right. I played there once. But
Dragonfly?
There's actually a Queen tribute playing at the Avalon tomorrow night, Bohemian Queen.
I haven't heard that.
Oh, really?
The rest of it, there's scattered dates here and there throughout the rest of the month, and
I would see a Queen tribute band if it was that guy Mark. You guys know the
Mark Martel.
Mark Martel.
Yeah,
his Freddie Mercury impersonation is unbelievable.
Never seen it.
Yeah, Mark Martel.
He actually looks like him too.
Oh yeah, well he's got like I don't know if he's imitating the overbite because he doesn't really have an overbite, but his mouth perks the same way.
Oh, I actually know a couple of the guys in this Bohemian Queen. It's not Mark Martel.
Who's the singer?
I'm not sure. I can't.
Paul Rogers.
That's the problem. Like I don't know how Mark Martel didn't get a call from the guys in Queen and say, let's do a tour.
Way.
Let's get a tour. This is the closest we're ever going to sound to having Freddie in the band again.
Well,
they went.
Roger Taylor put him in a traveling Queen show that Jeff Scott Soto was also a part of. They had multiple singers, and they didn't want an exact Freddie sound alike. They wanted somebody avant-garde and extravagant and crazy like what they got now, but they didn't want an exact replica.
My point is this: their career is over. It's now reliving that career and paying respect to Freddie. Here's a guy that can do it. Oh yeah, Club Lingerie I used to play all the time. I played Club Lingerie. In fact, I still communicate with the guy who booked Club Lingerie. He's a good friend of mine.
They make an album with Adam Lambert?
It doesn't matter. Their career's done.
It doesn't matter. I'm just curious.
You go to a if I say to you, hey, listen, want to know what Queen's 10 best songs were at their concert last night? Adam Lambert's tune's not in that top 10. It's probably the worst song of the set. But if you brought Mark Martel there, you're giving people the experience of going back 30 years, 40 years, and experiencing Queen. And to me, that holds more value than saying, Well, we got a different queen up here. We've got the Paul Lynde of singing. We have Adam Lambert. And Adam Lambert's a great singer, but he should go out and have his own career.
Yeah. Did you know he was in the movie Bohemian Rhapsody?
Who?
Adam
Yeah, he
Lambert.
played the gay trucker.
He was the trucker that walked in. Yeah.
Right, that has sex with him.
Yeah. You never saw that, though.
They implied. It was implied fornication. Yeah.
Implied
Oh, no, they just,
bathroom
he just wanted
blowjob.
to talk.
He was an implied glory hole.
But honestly, like, I think Adam Lambert should have went to his own career and give that to Mark Martel. I mean, the guy, when you watch it, it's like, wow, this is like giving somebody the experience of Freddie without the overbite.
Yeah, but you know what? I can see why they didn't. I mean, they don't want to go out there and look like they're trying to, be a cover band of themselves. I mean,
they are though.
Yeah.
Well, not really. I mean,
Brian May still does
lots
the
of
same
bands
solo.
go on with new singers. I mean,
Yeah, Brian, but they're still playing the music, and it's giving somebody the experience. Like the band that Roger Taylor, that Howie says Roger Taylor has a,
Had. I don't think they do it anymore.
Okay, had bands playing is because there's money in it, and people want to see something like the real thing. What more close to the real thing can you get than have the actual band and put Mark Martel singing? My argument would be, look, some bands, singers are still alive and they don't go on tour with that singer, and that's a mistake. And if Michael Schenker's watching this right now, get the fuck Gary Barton back in the band. I don't need to tell you again. You did 3 records. Everybody wants those records.
He had Barton touring a couple years ago when it was all 3 or 4 singers, and he just can't sing anymore. Unfortunately, he doesn't have the range.
When Van Halen brought David Lee Roth back to the band for Truth, whatever, the second they heard him sing, they should have said, "You're out of here. We're getting Ralphie." What the hell's Ralphie's name, Howie?
Ralphie?
What's his name that he uses in the band?
Ralphie, I have no idea who you're talking about.
What are you talking? I don't know what you're talking about.
I think of Christmas.
Metal Shop, Metal School. What do they call now?
Ralph Saenz. You mean the guy from Steel Panther, Ralph Saenz? Yeah.
Ralph. Yeah. What the hell is his?
Mike Starr.
Mike Starr. Thank you. I was trying to think of what his stage name was. I couldn't remember. Yeah. Because I don't think they used those stage names back when Ray Lucia was playing in the band when they were at the Viper Room.
They had different names because there was different intellectual property for the original.
That's right. That's right. And that's when I hung out with those guys when Ray was in the band.
I think he might have been Michael Diamond back then.
I think that sounds right. That's why I can never remember what the hell name he is now. I'm like, what the hell they call themselves now? They should have got him to be in Van Halen and say, "Do your David Lee Roth bit." That would have been fantastic. Hey, John. Nothing on that? Nothing on Ralph joining Van Halen?
No, I don't. From a fan perspective, that's what we want. We want a guy that looks and sounds like Dave when he was younger. We want a guy that looked and sounded like Freddie when he was alive and younger.
Yeah.
But the band doesn't want to. Bands don't want to dumb it down to that. Their egos won't let them admit that they're not quite as relevant as they used to be. So they think they're still somewhat doing something original. You got a guy who can cover the parts. I'm talking about the situation.
Right. Okay, remember when AC/DC, Brian Johnson had to take the year off from touring because of his hearing. It was actually his hearing.
Axl
Right.
Rose.
They brought in Axl Rose. They should have brought in Mark Storace.
You're going to say Crocus, but his range isn't there anymore. And that's why
have you heard him singing on YouTube Live? He's out there doing Bon Scott stuff. He sounds just like Bon.
Those are older videos. That's not recent. That's maybe 10, 15 years old. I've seen it. Yeah. And he sounds just like him. And that's why he was, I guess, for a minute, a consideration, or at least somebody suggested him when Bon Scott died, because Crocus was up and running at that point, but they didn't want they wanted to try something different.
That's different though, because here's a band that's been going just 5 years, and their career's not over. It's just really getting humming. But we're talking about Queen, whose career, in my opinion, died in 1980. Maybe I'll give it to 81 because I do love that Flash soundtrack.
Oh, I like parts of Innuendo too.
Yeah, no. So then their career died. No, and parts of, like Headlong's a decent song on Innuendo, but Show Must Go On. It's all.
I like Kind of Magic.
It's too much pageantry. It's like if the band decided to be. It's like if the singer were like overly gay and he decided to call himself Queen. Oh wait, that is the band. No,
you didn't like I Want It All.
Those songs are fine, but if you compare that with the 70s Queen, it doesn't compare.
Oh, yeah, it doesn't.
Right. So to me, their career died in 81. All right. So Freddie lived another 11 years. He dies in 92. Okay. They brought in Paul Rogers, who did a couple of tours. Good. Get Mark Martel now, and let's do your 70s fucking tour. Give people a taste of the 70s before you fucking want to retire, because what are you going to do this forever? Pretty soon, Brian May's mop's going to be jet white. I don't know what the opposite of jet black was.
Too late.
It is.
Yeah. I mean, it was gray. Yeah.
Now
he looks like a Q-tip.
Yeah, him and Lukather are competing now.
Yeah.
Biggest afro.
Biggest white fro.
They should start a band and call it Q-tips. Get two other guys like that. It'd be great. Have them only dressed in white.
Yeah, thing is, Luca looks like a freaking Cabbage Patch Kid.
Oh, The Game was a great album. I mean, I love The Game. I think that's their last great album.
Try Suicide is kind of dumb.
That's not bad. I mean, I could tell you worse songs on the two albums before it.
Save Me's great song.
Save Me's fantastic, but I'm saying if you look at on the album Jazz, more of that jazz is horrible. And Fun It is fucking awful.
But Dead
Go
on
to the
Time's
album
awesome.
before that. What is that? News of the World.
Yep. Well, as Melancholy Blues.
I don't mind it. Actually, I don't think the bad song on that album, Sheer Heart Attack, to me.
Who Needs You's on there.
I like
Down,
it.
Make Love.
I love it.
Sleeping on the Sidewalk.
I like it. I even like the
That's almost like they tried copying.
I even like the song "Spread Your Wings."
Yep. Oh yeah, that's classic.
But "It's Late" is the best song on that album.
That's one of my favorite songs of all time.
Yeah, it's great. But "Sheer Heart Attack" might be the worst song on that record.
Sheer Heart Attack.
I think it's just they were trying to make fun of punk music, and it doesn't really work.
Well, they wanted Roger to play guitar on one, I guess.
Yeah. I would like to see a 70s I mean, I just think that, I mean, I think if Brian May wants to help produce Adam Lambert's solo record, that would be cool. But watching him up there, like he's like on a sofa and he's got like gold lame, and it is just gay. It's like it makes Peter Allen doing I Go to Rio. When my baby smiles at me, it makes that look extremely rugged. Have you guys ever seen Peter Allen and then he's out there with the maracas and he's dancing? You want to sit down for it. You don't want to be standing up. You'll be looking over your shoulder the whole time. Yeah, I'm not too. Hey, MVP Sports. This is Johnny Bull's time, of course. MVP Sports. Anyways, yeah, I mean, just not. I don't really care for Adam Lambert. Like I said, I think he's a good voice, but I just think like I've seen live clips of him. And they got like those old fashioned sofas. It's like a British type of like brass thing, and he's there all
Queen on it, mincing.
It's like the thing that George Costanza when he's doing the sexy poses to the woman at the I'm watching that, but a guy doing it seriously.
In boxers?
And worse, he's like he's
Boxers
in like
and
a
socks.
long queen robe, and he's wearing. I mean, it's just
Wait,
so.
and he was doing this during a Queen performance?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw him on the first tour.
What the fuck are they thinking, man?
They're not thinking. If they were thinking, they would have Mark
look at each other
Martel
and
or
go,
even
okay,
Jeff.
he's
I'd even
mincing.
take Jeff Scott Soto over these guys. Jeff can sing the shit.
Still putting a fucking sofa on stage and letting this gay guy.
But Mark Martel gives. I mean, even the way he mouths stuff, it's like you think you're watching Freddie.
There's a joke in there somewhere.
No, I'm serious.
How he mouths stuff.
You know where Krill's mind is.
Yeah,
I would tell
what you
Mark
said.
Martel, you got to grow the stash. We got to get you in the stash.
Who?
Mark Martel.
There's another guy who does it too, who I've actually jammed with at certain charity events, and he's a Freddie Mercury. His name's Greg Finsley, if you want to look him up.
Mm-hmm.
And they're called Queen Nation. They do their regional touring Queen band, but he does an incredible job of it too.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. I just think
Go
that
to-
that would be more.
QueenNation.com and just even look what he looks like right now.
Oh yeah, let me look. But imagine if AC/DC said we want to do one more tour with Brian Johnson. We don't want Queen Nation band.
QueenNation.com.
I got it. Let me see. Gallery.
The only thing is,
Oh, he's got the stash. He's doing the 1980 tour look.
yeah, the guitar player is also a friend of mine. Guitar player is a lefty, so it's kind of weird when you see it. Like, geez.
Right. They tell you don't look at the stage. You have to look behind you with a mirror, and then you can. Oh, they're out in Arizona.
Yeah, they're based here.
Saturday night, folks. Anyone in the Chandler, Arizona area?
They're
You
great.
can see Dick.
Great,
Yeah.
great band. They've been around for a while.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
But imagine like if AC/DC wanted to do another tour. I mean, and let's say Axl says no. What are they going to do to find a singer? Are you going to find a Brian Johnson type singer, a Bon Scott type singer, or some guy that can just sing? Oh, have you seen? There's a video of these guys, and they do a great version of Snowballed, Howie. And it came in my feed because, Google listens to every one of your conversations.
Oh, geez. Yeah. Who is it?
So I'll pull it up. Hold on. I don't know what happened here. Hold on. Here we go. I'll tell you who they're called. They're called acdcfans.net. I'll put it in the chat right now. Hold on. Let me get this thing. Share.
The two pictures on their site. The pictures on their site are the actual guys in the band.
Yeah.
acdcfans.net is undergoing an upgrade. We'll be back in business again soon.
All right, I just posted the YouTube link of them doing Snowballed.
Agnes Young is the guitar player for AC/DC, according to Neil. He put Agnes and then he corrects himself and put Agnes with a U instead of an E.
Yeah.
Agnes Young.
Did you click the link?
Yeah, I'm clicking it right now. I'm copying and pasting it right now.
Now, this kid I've seen sing a few songs of AC/DC. Easily,
All right.
he does. I hate Axl.
I've seen this guy before.
What's
Have
that?
Have you seen the comparisons of the latest like Axl Rose pictures to Benny Hill? How he just
Oh, yeah.
like Benny Hill now.
I saw a meme that I saved in my phone,
So
and I
again,
haven't.
This guy sounds great. I'm watching this Snowball. He sounds great. These are bedroom guys. You could never put this guy in front of fans and expect him to command an audience or be a front.
Agreed.
So there's just
agreed. Also, his timing is a little.
You watch it once, you go, wow, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. You never listen to it again. You're not going to listen to it.
I wouldn't. Yeah, no, exactly. I just thought they did a pretty good job. But the why I brought it up was because you had said you'd love that song. In fact, you were in here last week, Howie, and let me just say this. You know, there's albums from 1981. We did a list, and Matt, you weren't here either. And as a joke, it was Bingham and Joe and Jerry. And as a joke, I had Krell was here, yeah, but I had Joe read a list off that he said he found from the internet, but it was my list. I had emailed him it. It was the best albums of 1981. Now the funny thing was,
slowly got more suspicious.
Number 30 it was the top 30 albums of 1981. Number 30, I said, if Howie were here, this was after I already exposed it was me. I said, if Howie were here, Howie would have been on my sniffing my tracks on number 30, because number 30 I had the White Snake record from 81. What's the name of that record? Come and Get It.
Come and Get It.
Which is a great album. I love a lot of the songs on that album.
Amazing album.
I think so too. It's a great record. Number 30. So I was like, well, it might be good that Howard's not here because I think he would have exposed me instantly. Yeah. Then we got into the 20s or the teens, and I had Devo, New Traditionalists in there.
Oh, any list with Devo on it is a dead giveaway. That is Dave.
Well, the giveaway really. Well, no, then it was. So at this point, Krell's not saying anything. He's like, Dave, you agree with that. In fact, I remember exactly. You said, "Oh, you would agree." I didn't really care. You didn't care for the record. And I said, yeah, but I think it's better than you remember. So I was kind of backing it up. Well, now we get to number 10, and number 10 on my list from 1981 was Gino Vanelli, Nightwalker.
That's when
now,
I said.
At this point, Krellbaugh starts to sniff the trail. He's like, what is this, Dave's list? But you were only saying it half joking, and I'm like, no. And you're like, yeah, no, I know it. I know you love him.
Is this some sort of April Fool joke? I said.
Then we get to number 4 on my list. And when Joe read number 4, Michael Schenker Group MSG, there was no question from Krellbaugh that it was my list. He's just like, this is Dave's list. Fucking hilarious. What was my number 1? Oh, you guys know what my number 1 was? Let me tell you guys some of that list. It was a good list. Howie, are you familiar with Come and Get It? What is Lonely Days, Lonely Nights is on that record?
Oh,
it's great.
Yeah.
So I'll tell you what my number 1 was. My number 1 was, you guys want to take a guess? What do you think my favorite album from 1981 was? Matt and Howie, you have to guess.
Blizzard of Oz.
What did Devo do a record in 81 that I don't know?
He did New Traditionalists. It wouldn't be Devo. Come on, it would be an album that we've talked about on this show. I've told you my love for this record. You said Blizzard of Oz. I'll tell you what Blizzard was on my list. It wasn't Blizzard, because Blizzard...
Did Gino Vanelli do a record that year?
No, sorry. Diary is number 3.
Yeah. Blizzard's number 3?
No, Diary is number 3. Blizzard was released in like December of 80, so it counts as 80.
Oh, okay.
Hugh got it.
Or is that 82?
What is it?
Escape. Escape.
No, that's
when you
82.
said number 1, I said Escape last week too.
Journey Escape was my number 1. My number 2 was
Escape Me.
Pictures, and 3 was Diary of a Madman. Oh, I'm sorry, Michael Schenker Group was number 5. So what did I say was? And you know what? I might even swap that. What did I say was number 4? But I think actually Michael Schenker Group MSG is a better album than this. 1981, guys.
Boingo Boingo?
No. Think hard rock. We were just talking about the singer for hours. Neil Banbury got it.
Van Halen. Oh, yeah.
Fair warning. I think MSG might be a better record. There's 2 songs on Fair Warning I could do without. My number 6 was Billy Squier, Don't Say No. My number 7 was The Police, Ghost in the Machine. Number 8 was Black Sabbath, The Mob Rules. 9 was Iron Maiden, Killers. And 10 was Gino Vanelli, Nightwalker, which was the giveaway there. Yeah. Number 11 would be a Howie pick for sure. Allied Forces from Triumph.
Great record.
12 you guys will hate me for. It's Working Class Dog by Rick Springfield. Oh, the reason why I brought this up was 14, 15, and 16 are 3 albums from 1981 that I think the side 1 is absolutely phenomenal and side 2 stinks. AC/DC, For Those About to Rock, Judas Priest, Point of Entry, and Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, Hard Promises. Now, are you guys familiar with that Judas Priest record?
What's on it?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
It opens up. So side 1 is Heading Out to the Highway.
Okay.
Don't Go. Hot Rockin', Turning Circles, and Desert Plains.
Plains, yeah.
It's a great side 1. Side 2 starts off with Solar Angels, which is another great song. But then there's songs like You Say Yes and All the Way, which are like, it's their throwaway gay numbers that are just like, you say yes, I say no. Actually, Rob, I'm sure it was the other way around.
Yeah.
Ricky Springfield's a buddy of mine. But yeah, so, but that AC/DC album we talked about before, right? Because Howie said Snowballed.
Yeah, I still think that's the best AC/DC song, hands down.
Right. Now, let me just show you. So this is For Those About to Rock. Let me just tell you. I'm going to go to the song list, side 1 and side 2, and you tell me. Side 1, For Those About to Rock, We Salute You. Song 2, Put the Finger on You. Song 3, Let's Get It Up. Song 4, Inject the Venom.
Great.
And song 5, Snowballed.
Amazing.
Everything is fucking great. Now let's go to set 2 there. Evil Walks.
It's okay.
Good. It's okay. COD. Breaking the Rules.
Can't even really
Not great.
recall
Night
it.
of the Long Knives. Other than the riff from Dr. Feelgood that Motley Crue stole, the song stinks, and Spellbound's pretty good.
Spellbound's okay.
That's it. Right. So you see how strong side 1 was, and side 2 is like, what?
Yeah.
It's incredible. Now let me go to the Point of Entry. You'll see what I mean. Because I can't think of all the names of the damn songs. Oh, look at this right here. Track listing. Side 1, Heading Out to the Highway, Don't Go, Hot Rockin', Turning Circles, Desert Plains. Just like I called it. Okay, that's side 1. Side 2, Solar Angels, great. You Say Yes, gay. All the Way, gayer. Troubleshooter, oh, that is the gayest. And then On the Run, which is less gay than the others. But you guys remember the song Troubleshooter? You want it, you got it, my little troubleshooter. And it's like amazing. It's like that's how you left the album, but then you come out with Screaming for Vengeance. A great record.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Now let me go to the last one. That was my point.
The best.
What?
I said the best. I know you're going to say British Steel, but
Oh no. I'm not going to Priest. I'm going to the track listing of Hard Promises. I know you guys know this record. Even though you may not be a huge Petty fan, the opening track is The Waiting. A Woman in Love. She's a woman in love. Night Watchman. Something Big, which is great. And King's Road, which might be the best song on the album. Now, side 2, Letting You Go is just okay. A Thing About You is the best song on side 2. I got a thing about you. Insider, him and what's her face on it. Stevie Nicks. Criminal Mind, and You Can Still Change Your Mind. The album, it like falls so dead, and that side 1 is so strong. All from 81.
Howie, you're not going to have a finger left after this before the show's over.
Hey. I don't comment on your habits.
Anyways, that was let me see if there was anything in my list that you guys would I had Oingo Boingo at 13. Oh, I had Def Leppard High and Dry. Oh, Nature of the Beast came. Oh, I had your 4 and a 4, Howie, at number 24.
It's good. It's not something that I would choose to listen to regularly, but the only albums I had at beating was April Wine, The Cars Shake It Up, actually, you know what, this Whitesnake record, I short shrifted. It should have been higher up. Pretenders 2 and Loverboy and Pat Benatar, Precious Time. I think I short shrifted that Whitesnake record.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
But then it would have been obvious.
4 and a 4 in there.
I do like those 4 songs, and by the time I got that low in the list, the albums were only going 4 songs deep. And I don't want to break it up. Break It Up's great. I think
Great
Too
Life.
Fast for Love. I don't know if it was 81 or 82, but
82, I believe, wasn't it?
Jay Giles' band in
81
81 had, I think it was Freeze Frame,
Oh God,
and that record stinks.
hated it.
Ed Dana said freeze frame earlier.
Centerfold would make my skin crawl. I hated that stuff.
Oh God, I did too.
Oh my God, that whole record, Rage in the Cage, was terrible. What else? Oh my God, Flamethrower on that album was rotten. And the funny thing about that album is Love Stinks came out in 80, the year before. Love Stinks is fantastic. 2 years before that, they came out with Sanctuary, another perfect record. But Freeze Frame was like, hey guys, we put out 2 solid great records, now we're fags. You got a rage in the cage. Oh my God. Piss on the Wall was on that record. That album's awful.
You know, I don't know about the rest of the record, but Greg Can and that's a great tune.
What song?
Breakup Song by Greg Kihn Band.
Oh, excellent.
Couldn't
song.
get away from
Conspiracy.
That that's 81.
Yeah, but that now the caveat was in the beginning, Joe had to read my spiel, and the spiel was there was so many great songs from 81, but they weren't on great records.
Right.
My favorite song from 81 may be Lunatic Fringe, which what I'm going to say, as far as Siam, the album was terrible. The album afterward, Neruda, was fantastic, by the way, but that album wasn't that great. Yeah, Duran Duran's first album was 81. Again, not one of my favorites. There's 3 songs on the album: Save a Prayer, Planet Earth, and Girls on Film. I just didn't think that it made it as a great album from 81. Tattoo You was on my list. Again, Tattoo You for 81. Emotional Rescue 80 is better. Some Girls from 78 is better, but in the scheme of 81, it wasn't a bad record. Rush, Moving Pictures. Is There Something I Should Know? Was that on the first album? I thought that was on Rio. Somebody look that up. I think Please Tell Me Now, Is There Something I Should Know on Rio? Which would have been 82 or 83.
I thought Save a Prayer was on Rio.
Oh, it could be.
I thought it was.
Yeah, Tin Drum I saw there, and I like the record, but it's
Released
it was the
1981.
parties. What is?
It says released 1981. Album Duran Duran.
What was?
It wasn't.
Yeah, I know. I'm asking.
It wasn't Rio.
Is there something I should know on that record?
Yes.
Okay, so what song what read me the list. Read me what songs are on that album.
Oh, okay. Planet Earth.
Yeah.
Is there anyone out there? Is anyone out? Waiting
Is
for
Reading
the night.
new to you? Okay.
Friends of Mine, Girls on Film, Careless Memories, Sound of Thunder, and Tel Aviv.
Oh, you're right. I screwed it up. What did I say, Matt?
Oh, are you trying to get the order?
No, but I said that I said a song was on the first one, and then I said I thought which one?
Save a Prayer.
Save a Prayer was on Rio. Okay, so I had that mixed up with Is There Something I Should Know? That's what I was trying to figure out. Tin Drum, by the way, is a great record. I love the drumming on that album from Steve Jansen. But as much as I like Japan, I much prefer David Sylvian's solo. Yep, U2 October. However, there's like 3 songs on the record I really like, and that's getting into 3 songs, whereas I really didn't want to say an album was the best album of the year with just 3 tunes. Pretenders 2 was like my number 29, and I think that's a lot better than U2 October.
Oh, Hanoi Bomb mentions Lady by the Commodores. That, I think, that's probably one of, if not the best sounding song sonically that's ever been recorded. It's just incredible sounding.
Seriously.
Oh my God, the drums and just everything. If you haven't
listened
listened,
in 1979 when Earth, Wind and Fire did like "Let Your Feelings Show," that production from David Foster is nuts.
Oh, yeah, that too. But
Genesis in '81 did Abacab.
I just listened to that record the other day, actually.
Abacab?
Yeah.
Yeah. The song I like on that a lot is "Keep It Dark."
Yeah, it's great.
It's great. I tell you, a song I love by Genesis that gets no love is "Squonk." So Pretenders 2 had "Message of Love," "Talk of the Town." There isn't 4 tunes on here that I love.
Yeah, Hugh, I think he had top 10. I think he had 7 or something like that.
What?
Rules?
Mob Rules was 9, I think.
9.
Oh, that's funny. "Talk of the Town" and "Kid" are the 2 songs I always swap in my mind from Pretenders 1 and Pretenders 2. Oh, yeah, Steve Winwood, "While You See a Chance." The Ark of the Diver album, guys. And that's the same thing Howie just said about, like, Greg Kinn Conspiracy with the breakup song. Fantastic song. But you're not going to listen to the whole album.
Yeah.
Did you like Night Train? No.
Think about how many like one-hit wonders, or, I mean, actually, at the time, Greg Kinn was a one-hit wonder, but he had a hit later. But I think Aaliyah was 81, or that's 80. "Love Is Like a Rock" is 81.
Was Games People Play Alan Parsons 80 or 81?
I think that's 80 also.
Yeah.
"Where do we go from here?"
Yeah.
Now
Turn of a Friendly Card.
See what that is. For some reason, I think that might be 81, but I thought that was the one with Don't Answer.
Turn of a Friendly Card
Eye
was
Sky.
release date November 7, 1980.
80, okay.
Almost 81.
Because isn't 81 The Eye in the Sky?
Yeah.
I thought that was 82.
Yeah, I almost want to say that. Eye in the Sky, Alan Parsons. I want to say 82 as well. Artist, song. Yep, 1982.
Okay, yeah. "Penthouse and Pavement," again, Hugh. I know that came out in 81. I love the title track. The only other tune I think on that record was this Fascist Groove thing. So, I mean, you could say it's a great song, that's for sure. It was awesome. Yeah, Point of Entry was in my top 20. Kim Carnes came out with Betty Davis Eyes in 81. Yeah, huge hit, but the rest was nothing. And I think that was produced by Val Garay. Val used to come into my store all the time. He did a lot of records, Val Garay. Cock Robin. I think Cock Robin's a Canadian thing, isn't it? Not a UK? Q, can you answer that? You know about Cock. Thank you.
Pick on the Scottish guy.
What the hell's that mean? All right, no. What was Cock Robin? I thought they were Canadian, aren't they? You guys know who it is?
Oh, it's 19. Manhattan Transfer did Boy from New York City, but that was 19.
Oh, my God.
Missed it by
You know what's funny about 1981? Because now that you say that, we're talking about all the great music. We're forgetting how rotten TV was at this time. The fucking telethon would come on. You'd be held prisoner. Nothing was on but that fucking Jerry Lewis telethon. Turn Back Ed Dana sucks. That album, I'm a huge Toto fan, but Turn Back is it's the worst. Goodbye,
You had
Eleanor.
Discipline on that list too, right?
Oh, I had
King
Discipline
Crimson,
from King Crimson, yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a great album.
But Hugh, in all seriously, Cock Robin, is that a British thing or is that Canada?
Have you seen that Steve Vai's touring with King Crimson?
Yeah.
They-
Yeah, I heard of
Tony Levin,
yeah, 2011.
Adrian Berlew. Well, he's taking on the
Fripp parts,
the Robert Fripp stuff.
which is kind of weird, but no, I'd go see it.
I love Fripp. I love Tony Levin. Who's playing drums though? It's not going to be Bill Bruford
No, I can't remember who it was.
because I think he retired. He's done.
Yeah, I did see them in their original lineup open for Tool. That was a good show.
Oh, really? I mean, they were awesome.
Yeah.
Private Eyes came out in 81. Hall
Yeah.
& Oates.
Fripp's touring with his wife. They've been out playing together. Him and give me a second. I'll come up with her name. Toya
he does
Wilcox.
He does those weird, bizarre YouTube videos where she's got like tape over her nipples and.
Oh yeah, now they're out performing. Well, do you remember? I don't know if you knew they had a band together in the '90s called Sunday All Over the World, and the first record they did, I think they only did one record. It's fantastic. If you like King Crimson, you would like the record. But then now they've been married for like 40 years, and I think they're out there touring because I just saw on YouTube they were doing Heroes. I guess he played on that song. He played the wah, 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 all that annoying.
Yeah, the Ebo.
Yeah. We could be here. But she does a good job with it, and I think that's what he's concentrating on, so I don't think he's going to do... Oh, Danny Carey's doing it?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I think Bill Bruford just wanted to stop playing. Yeah, Toya does, yeah. That's it. Yeah,
So I saw a little different subject, but I saw something today, and I don't have all the information yet. No, I got saliva in the wrong pipe.
I thought Darth Vader was not wanting you to release this information.
No, I've got a buddy of mine, Michael Starto. He's a guitar player. He's originally from the Rochester, New York area, sort of near Buffalo, but I think he's in Nashville now. Excuse me. He's the touring guitar player in the current version of the Guess Who. And another buddy of mine, Greg Smith, who was on that Ritchie Blackmore's Rainbow album in the 90s with Doogie White. He's the bass player recently. Greg played with Nugent for years too. And for a while, like last year, Michael Devin, who had retired from Whitesnake or quit Whitesnake, he was doing the gig. So guys have been coming in and out. I think Marco Mendoza maybe had done a few shows. I read today, Greg Smith, the bass player, posted a link to something, and I might leave out some details. You guys can look this up, but apparently Burton Cummings, the original singer for the Guess Who, has first of all tried suing them last year for millions, like millions and millions. And now somehow he's reaching out to venues that they're booked in, and they play, theaters and casinos. And the drummer who's in the Guess Who, he's the original guy. He's still doing it. I think he's 80.
Oh,
and
really?
Burton Cummings.
Or Randy Bachman.
Burton Cummings. I don't know if Randy Bachman's involved in any of this drama, but Burton Cummings is doing everything in his power to reach out to the venues that they're playing and threaten them somehow with, if you have this cover, he's calling them a cover band, even though he quit the band years ago and they just went on. The drummer went on. And he's like threatening them and all kinds of lawsuits to everybody. So a lot of venues have now started pulling shows.
They're gutless because he doesn't have a leg to stand on.
Well,
in that.
somehow he does. So I saw a podcast guy today who I don't know, I've never seen before. Somebody posted a link and he said, I think one of two things happened. He goes, either some of these venues that they're playing are not paying their ASCAP, BMI, and CSAC fees, and they're worried that they're going to get caught for that by having
Any type of legal.
Somehow, it looked into that way. Or the other thing he thinks might have happened is that Randy Bachman pulled his shit from, because ASCAP and BMI don't get involved in getting people in trouble. They just want money to give to the songwriters. Get the money, give it to the songwriters. What this podcaster thing might have happened as well is that Randy Bachman pulled his songs out of BMI and ASCAP and owns them himself and has complete control over them. And he can sue these venues because they're not paying. It doesn't matter if they pay a fee to ASCAP and BMI now. Those companies don't have rights to control those songs, that he has the rights to control those songs, and that the band wouldn't be able to play those songs now live, the big hits, because he owns them. And
I understand that.
One of the caveats going with that, unbeknownst to the band, and I sort of went on Burton Cummings' official Facebook, and I guess some of these casinos, without knowing any better, to advertise the show, they put a picture of the modern day band, but they're playing the original version of American Woman in the advertisement. So he's suing the band, he's suing the venues, he's suing everybody he can sue for false advertising. It's a cover band, blah, 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 blah. But yet he's the guy that quit this band and wanted to go out on his own way, way back. And the drummer kept it going all these years. And they actually
saw them.
They've done a couple, at least one or two original.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell's going on. I mean,
they put out like an original record last year, a full album, and
yeah, I mean, if someone said you want to go see the Guess Who, I'd be like, you got a time machine? Otherwise, I'm not going. Secondly, somebody said, and I think someone said that Tom Werman produced Ted Nugent's early stuff. Tom Werman produced the Stranglehold record.
No, Neil Banbury, they are not in their 70s. The drummer is an old guy, granted. He's probably 80 and playing. The rest of the band are all guys in their 40s and 50s.
Are young guys that are hired guns.
High energy band with some good new songs. I heard one of their new singles, maybe from last year, and it was a really good kind of Beatlesy tune. And, they put on a really good show.
Easy to Be Hard is Three Dog Night. Tom Werman, guys, we were talking earlier that George Lynch had been bad-mouthing while they were working together. He's going to argue about getting guitar tone. The guy got the guitar tone on fucking Stranglehold. Are we not all in agreement that that's one of the greatest guitar tone songs ever?
Did I miss is my bit about the Guess Who over? I'm missing.
No, my point, no, because somebody in the chat just said Tom Werman produced. Tom Werman and George Lynch have a online type of argument thing going on where Lynch said he hated Tom Werman and didn't know how to get a guitar tone.
I saw some of that a while ago.
Meanwhile, Jeff Pilson came out and said, Werman said back when we recorded that he uses too much gain and he needs to pull the gain out, and Lynch didn't want to do it. Oh, I see. Yeah, Hugh. 3:30. Yeah. That was Three Dog Night. How can people have no feelings? Easy to be.
I guess, Mike, I just wanted to get all of your opinion on. Should he quit the band? One of the guys who maybe not have been the prime songwriter kept it going the whole time, never stopped. Just as guys quit, he just kept it going. And now one of his former members, albeit the most famous and I guess successful as a solo artist, he did not have the success as a solo artist that he did in the band, but now he's doing anything he can to keep that drummer from keeping his own legacy going.
So here is what my thought is. the band has a right to play those songs, I believe. And I don't think they need to get permission from him to keep doing those songs, because when he quit the band, when Randy Bachman left the band had already been using those copywritten songs. And I don't think at any point you can stop them. Now, you have to get paid. So you would have to have like an auditor at the show say.
But all of a sudden now, somehow, nobody's really sure, but their shows this coming weekend were canceled because of what's going on now. And they're trying to figure out how he got that done. So he's figured out some loophole now to threaten.
Oh, he's probably going to get sued.
So
Who? We're talking about Burton Cummings.
Burton Cummings probably going to get sued.
Yeah, Burton Cummings could only own some of the songs that he wrote with Randy Bachman, which is a lot of them. American Woman, maybe These Eyes.
I don't
I mean,
know
it's a tough thing. It's almost the thing of like, remember at one point you would hear like on TV, the Coasters are coming, and they would have like bands from the 50s, but there'd be like 9 versions of the Coasters out, and there was only 4 original members. They're like, how the hell is this happening?
The Platters came around here. I don't think there was any original.
Right.
Yeah.
I went to see the Silver Platters. They're gonna keep on dancing.
I just heard that today.
Oh man, my brother sent me the other day when Susan Day was on SNL, and it was in the 90s when Dana Carvey was doing Keith Partridge, and the girl that does Eve comes over from the Brady Bunch, and she's like, "You guys are lip syncing. You're faking it. You're faking it." And then they have like a band off.
Yeah.
Greatest is just Chris Farley as Reuben Kincaid sitting there like.
When I was playing with what's his face, the singer for Mr. Big, Eric Martin, I did a show with him up in San Jose, and the Drifters were one of the support bands. And I'm like, oh my, there was a bunch of old dudes in the dressing room. We were meeting them and taking pictures. And then I was like, well, which one of you guys is original? And nobody. And you look on their Wikipedia page, the list of former members is, longer than Whitesnakes.
It's like the Harlem Globetrotters of music.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, I just think, but I mean, yeah, I don't know if you could stop people from doing songs. Let's like when the Eagles did a cover song.
He's somehow getting their gigs canceled now completely because casinos or venues or promoters or whoever's booking the band is scared for some reason that we don't know yet.
Oh, that's why I say he might get sued for
threatening some kind of lawsuit, probably.
Well, what's interesting is so the use of the actual recording is definitely going to be in conflict. Whoever owns the master, which might have been the record label, or could be Randy Bachman, or
right.
Could be.
But being a guy, like I know that every band that I've toured with over the last how many years, we never ever had a say in how that show got advertised in a certain market. Like,
right.
If they took a song,
right.
We had a guy in the Czech when I was playing with Alcatraz with Graham Bonnet. We had a guy billing it as Graham Bonnet does Rainbow. The word Alcatraz wasn't even in the advertisement when we got there. We saw the poster. I'm like, what the fuck is this? It had the picture of the big poster that he had up at the venue was the cover of the Rainbow album. It was all like rainbow, 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 rainbow. Who's going to sue in the Czech Republic? Nobody knew, and it was such a small thing.
Right.
Like there was the guest who has no control over what song or what version of what song goes in their advertising.
No, and also the fact that when everyone left the band and the drummer stayed in the band, it becomes his intellectual property.
He owns the name, apparently, from what I read.
Yeah.
Interesting. Well, guys, I got to call tonight.
All righty.
Well, I did have three lists up, but you want to choose
Matt's
one?
a little tired. All right. So, anyways, that's super interesting as far as what could possibly be stopping that from happening and why are they pulling out.
I mean, Burton's And all his fans' logic is they're lying to people and trying to get them to buy tickets to their shows thinking they're going to see the original band. Who the fuck thinks they're seeing any original band from that era anymore? Like, come on.
Burton's in his 80s. I don't even know if he can even sing anymore.
Regardless, like, if you're going to go see a legacy act, do you honestly think you're going to see the original band anymore, no matter what the advertisement says? Come on. Nobody's that stupid.
Yeah. I mean, unless in the ad they say all original or the, whatever the members.
Not at all. And there's a picture of the band most of the time. The new
I'm
version
not saying they do it. I'm saying the only way you would expect to see is if that's how they advertised it.
Right.
But yeah, if you're going to go see the Guess Who. I remember when I went and saw War not too long ago. I went down to one of the casinos and War was playing. And I was like, there isn't going to be a single member of the original band in this band. And they all look like guys in their 50s. So clearly they weren't the original guys.
No, of course
Burton.
not.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, when that band plays that show, a lot of those people go home and download MP3s or buy albums or buy what, it's keeping his career and his royalties alive. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't understand what the issue is. But is this Burton Cummings? Did Burton have a fallout with the guy?
I have no idea. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not a reporter where I went and did a bunch of homework. I'm
Right.
telling you what I saw today, and that and for some reason, nobody really, it wasn't in the news or anything because it's just not that important. But you can Google and search, and I'm sure you're going to find a bunch of stuff on it.
Yeah. Hannah Baum, wasn't that girl's name Jerry?
Mm-hmm.
The palsy girl from Facts of Life.
Oh yeah, that's right.
She used to wear the shirt that says, "I'm not drunk, I have cerebral palsy."
Jeez.
All right, good night, guys.
All right, later, Matt.
Take
All right,
care.
you want to do a quick list, Howie, before we go?
Yes.
I'm supposed to come up with a list?
No,
I've got
go.
Where's Joe?
Okay, well, I suggested one.
Joe was
I
tired today. He
suggested one
worked
to
all
Dave
day.
earlier. He agreed, but if the discussions we had tonight made me pull up two other lists. So first one was the 25 best guitar channels. Next one
Guitar
is
channels?
Yeah.
I'll tell you who the worst is.
Yeah. And the other ones are overrated movies from the 80s. And then, because of our discussion tonight, top 10 celebrities with tragic childhoods. But which one you want to do?
Is Corey Feldman on that list of tragic childhoods?
I have to look.
Just look to see if Corey's in there. If he's in there,
Okay.
stand tall.
No.
I used to love.
No, he's not in the list.
All right, so then I'm not interested in that list.
Let's do the overrated movies.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Overrated movies is good. Ed wanted to hear
okay.
guitar channels, but
Okay, so that's 10. Okay. Number 10 is St. Elmo's Fire. Which was
that's
kind of a
overrated.
movie.
Movie stunk.
Yes,
I can't remember. I know I've seen it. I just don't remember it. Who's in it again?
The original
Demi
Brat
Moore,
Pack
Rob
with,
Lowe.
Okay, yeah, I remember that. I
Ali
don't remember
Sheedy.
if it was good or
Judd
not.
Nelson.
Was it not good?
Winningham. No, it's
It was
not.
gay. I just thought it was gay. Mayor Winningham, I think, was in it.
Yep. You look like a horse. Anyways, number 9, Footloose.
Hated
Awful.
it. I hated
Awful.
Ordinary People with Mary Tyler
1980.
Moore. And, yeah, it's a depressing movie.
Awful.
Alan Sutherland and
Oh, I hated that movie, Ordinary People.
Batman.
The Michael
Tim
Keaton
Burton
Batman?
Yep.
Yeah, I agree with that. Not great.
Yeah. Now, this
Some
one
of
I
the
don't
other
think is overrated.
Go ahead.
Gremlins. I thought Gremlins was fun.
Awful.
I thought it was fun.
Again, to me, it's a kids movie, and
It was
it's
a I
it's
think
ridiculous.
if you went back and tried to watch it now, it would not hold up whatsoever.
Oh no, I watched a guy break it down of how absurd the movie is,
Yeah.
and I can never watch it again.
Yeah, okay. Well, my absurdity is, did he point this out? Was that don't feed it after midnight? Well, midnight where?
Right? He goes into all the stupid shit in the thing.
It's 5
Now,
o'clock
Dave-
somewhere.
You're gonna want to Rochambeau this guy who did this list right now. Number
Go ahead.
5 is Fletch.
It's fantastic. Still holds up. I watched it recently.
I agree with this
I
pick.
don't know
being
if who's overrating it. I don't know anybody that likes it.
or have seen it. I still haven't seen it.
We've talked about Fletch on this show. No one ever seems to like it. I say it's great. How is that overrated?
Number 4,
Nobody
I'm pretty
likes
much
it.
in agreement. Totally overrated was Top Gun.
Oh no, Fletch holds up. It's fantastic. Top Gun, what do they say? That's overrated?
Yep, definitely.
Stupid. The second one's better
Yeah,
and not
I agree.
and not great.
Yeah, it is better. I agree.
Number 3 is Dirty Dancing, which I agree with. I
Horrible.
have a funny story when I watched that. I'll save it for another show.
I may be lame, Staley.
Number
I may
2,
be
agree with this too. A lot of the nerds out there will disagree with me, but Tron. I can't understand the friggin' draw of that fucking.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Revenge of the Nerds.
Oh,
that
what's
was
it like in
84, I
there?
think.
Anybody see Tron? No.
That was
No.
terrible.
I mean,
Awful.
it was cool. The artwork was cool.
Let me see if I can guess number 1 before you read it. Is it Roadhouse?
No,
But I'll tell you what it better not be, also from 1980. Caddyshack, which I watched the other day, which is brilliant.
and that's exactly what it is, and I disagree with it.
They're out of their minds.
It's a great
Caddyshack
fucking movie.
is... It's
Now, here's what it
fantastic.
says about Caddyshack. This person says this movie sucks. Really, as much as I respect its place in the annals of quote history, Caddyshack is not a very good film. It is aged poorly and feels cobbled together from multiple scripts that were overridden by brilliant improv performers in the cast. In between the memorable lines from Rodney Dangerfield, Chevy Chase, Bill Murray, there's a whole lot of nonsense. Harold Ramis built himself one heck of a career after this movie, but the growing pains as a filmmaker are very apparent.
I'll give you
Well,
asthma.
He goes,
Movie's great.
He goes on to say how these 3 or 4 actors improv these lines that were classic. But then he slags the whole movie after that. I mean, it was
First
a
of all, the
fucking
movie's
stupid comedy
brilliant.
movie.
I love when Spalding is like, "What about my asthma? I'll give you asthma."
You'll get nothing
Caddyshack's
and
brilliant.
like it.
It's brilliant. It's brilliant. Coming to America is brilliant. Holds up. Fletch holds up. Movies like Dr. Detroit, maybe not so much.
No, Jaws 3D definitely doesn't. Louis Gossett Jr., who by the way passed away.
Is Real Genius in the 80s? Because that was a good movie.
Yes, that was very good.
Well, you know
saw
what? I
that,
started thinking
yeah.
of movies with William Atherton.
Yep.
You guys know William
He was
Atherton?
He was in the Perfect Storm too. He actually had
He's
a
in
small
Die
part.
Hard. He's in Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
He's in Real Genius.
Yeah, old dickless here. Yeah, it's true. He has
Yeah.
no dick.
The other day I saw he was on an episode with Jessica Fletcher. What's the name of that show? Murder, She Wrote.
Murder, She
Murder,
Wrote.
She Wrote. Yeah.
He
Wait,
played
was he
a
the
blind
murderer?
guy on Murder, She Wrote. I love William Atherton.
By all accounts, a nice guy. I think you met him before, right?
I didn't meet him. I met Gabe, who was in Real Genius, who played Mitch.
Okay. Does he
All right,
look
go
like
on to the other
Mitch?
list. Let me hear these channels that
Okay.
are better than mine.
Okay, the top channels.
Good-
Okay.
Top 25 guitar channels on YouTube.
I'm not going to know any. I don't watch any of this. crap.
I won't know any of them either. I watch guitar shit.
Yeah,
on-
there's a
on-
few I don't know, but I'll tell you if I know them or not. Well, we all know this one. Number 25 is Marty Schwartz.
Okay,
Oh,
Yeah.
Marty saw
Now-
he plays. He's a beginner channel. He's a channel for beginners. No,
Uh,
I don't think he did any other movie. At least I don't know.
24.
I mean,
24 I've
Like
never
control?
heard of.
What
24
is
I
it?
never heard of. It's Kafir Ochayan.
are there 25 guitar channels? I don't even.
I wouldn't even know. I thought I was the worst, and Marty, I knew Marty because he teaches beginners.
This is a guitar channel?
You would never know.
This one at 23 I've heard before. I can't really place it, who it is, but Your Guitar Sage. I know I've seen some of those videos before.
Howie, when people say to me, what do you think of me getting this amplifier or this guitar? I'm like, get lessons. I'm definitely not part of the guitar community.
And number 22 is Robert Baker. I think we know who Robert Baker is, right?
I think he's the blonde guy that does guitar.
Yeah,
I've only seen his ads.
He looks like Red Beach.
Yeah, they advertise him because I've seen his ads. I've never
Now,
seen
21,
a video.
I know Dave knows. The Art of Guitar.
Can't
That's the
stand
guy
him.
with the short hair. parted in the
Cannot
middle,
stomach
the
him with a
Metallica
passion.
shirt.
Yeah. Let me tell you, I found the secret chord that they're playing in this song, and he just keeps talking, and then he finally gets to the chord, and it's like, yeah, it's an A minor 9, asshole. You can hear it a mile away on the record. Thanks for making this like the most uninteresting video and wasting my fucking time. I go
Okay,
on.
number 20 is Guitar Goddess. I have never heard this one before.
Never heard of it.
And I'm guessing she plays with her boobs hanging out.
Yeah, as she should.
Number 19, I know this guy. I'm not sure if you guys do, but he's the one that tore apart all the alternate picking of Troy Grady.
No.
He's got chops. You've never seen the things where he breaks apart the down slanting and up slanting and all that stuff?
No,
I think
why
It was tough to keep
sounds
away from.
idiotic.
I'm watching something like that?
It sounds idiotic.
It does.
Yeah.
But anyways, 18, I know this guy. He's a monster player, Rick Graham. I don't know him personally, but I know Jim.
Never heard of it.
It's like you should tune in. He's pretty amazing.
I won't. Go on.
Anyways,
If you
what-
understand,
I'm
guitar
not-
channels have no interest to me. I tell you right now, I'm watching Corey Feldman. I'm watching Sal and Richard prank phone calls when I'm going to sleep. Now, hearing a guy call up a mechanic shop and asking him, "Can you tell what's wrong with my car by the engine?" and then playing a recording of him shitting in a toilet, which is just the sickest sound ever. That brings me joy.
I'm not shitting on the guy that you. What's the last guy you just mentioned that you said?
Oh, Rick Graham.
Yeah, I don't know him. I'm not shitting on him really.
You just don't know him.
But like, right? But what's he done? What's he done? That I want to listen to his insight.
Right.
What's he done?
Well, that's why they're on YouTube.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's the category. The best.
You just muted your mic, Krell.
Yeah, we can't hear you.
You muted your mic, Krell.
We can't hear you.
Yeah, you muted your mic, Krell. I see your lips moving. We don't hear a word you're saying.
We can't hear you at all.
I don't think he can hear me.
Yeah, he's talking. Who's he talking to? He's not looking at us.
We can't hear you. We can't hear.
He's reading off a list. Wow. This is comedy gold right here.
I don't understand. Does he not see?
This is bizarre. I've never seen him talk this much.
Yeah, I'm just going to show him like this.
What is going on?
I don't know. I don't know.
It's like some weird
loop. Look now. We can't hear you.
We cannot hear you for the last 10 minutes. Still can't hear you. Did you unplug your mic?
We can't hear you, Krell. I don't know what your problem is.
Did you step on the mic? Nope. Can't hear the blowing of the mic either. Can you hear us? Raise your right hand if you can hear us.
He knows his mic's fucked now. He's giving us.
Raise your right hand if you can hear us.
20 minutes he was talking, looking at that screen. We're sitting here saying we can't hear you. French bread pizza, Hannah Bomb, you'll never forget. Oh, look at this is John. Krell, what the balls?
It's the funniest.
I think he unplugged it out of the back of the mic because I heard it like it cut out.
Yeah. I'm not bagging on any of these guys.
Oh, I'm with you on it.
There's a market for it, and I get it, but like, I don't get the reverence of it. You know, I don't.
There are some people they don't really play, and so they dabble, and then they watch these guys on the internet talking about stuff. Like when I do my lessons and stuff, I tell people like, here's how you can play this song acoustically and get away with it. But you know, like you've done the AM station type songs. You got to sit there and play a few of the parts, a keyboard part. Oh, wait, here's Krell typing. Hold on.
We have not been able to hear you for a while.
Oh, you can't.
Why don't you try logging out and restarting and logging back in? Just
close.
Tell them to log out.
Close potato. It sounds like potato crashed.
Just restart your computer.
Yeah.
If this is how he troubleshoots, I could not imagine him doing a gig. Holy cow.
Yeah. We'll be back, and then we'll be back for the second set. But yeah, no, so some, like I said, a lot of these guitar guys, it's brutal, and a lot of guys like they talk about gear like it drives me nuts. I can't even tell you, like, this is gonna destroy Gibson guitars. Nah, Gibson's gonna be fine. They're gonna make crap, and people buy it. People buy everything. Don't worry. But everyone's trying to get on the next big thing, and it's like, I'd rather dish dirt on this show and have fun making fun of players that I, like George Lynch, that I just don't care for. As a person, as a player, I don't care. But as far as like these guitar channels are out there was one guy and he talked about gear, and I used to watch it because Bingham used to make me watch it. He'd be like, you got to see this guy. And it was hilarious, but it got to the point where I'm like, all right, I'm not entertained anymore. Now he's annoying me.
Yeah. There was the one kid, I don't remember his name, the skinny kid with long, stringy hair. And he did something where he called Yngwie Malmsteen out on something. And Yngwie's people found it and shut him down. And he came out with another video. And then because Yngwie shut him down, it made like bigger news. And all the guitar magazine sites picked it up. And he like went to war with Yngwie about something, and that was really entertaining. And then it sort of dried up, and that was it.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, people getting the Temu stuff again. I think about the people that buy the Temu stuff, like KLH. I cannot stand. I can't stand that guy. That guy tries to find drama where there is no drama.
Is that the guy I was just talking about?
No. Oh, maybe.
Yeah,
because he does.
I think
he does all these other videos. I remember the Yngwie. Yeah, exactly. But he just tries to stir. But the guy who I was just talking about, the Temu stuff. So like, Brad, the guitarologist, does a lot of that stuff. And it's for people that want to tinker around with guitars. But if you don't tinker around guitars, like I don't want to do that with guitars. I buy parts. I buy guitar parts that I want to use, and then I bring it to my guy to put it together. And so I have like my Strat here. And I don't. Have you seen this, Howie? Haven't you?
Yes.
This is a Mexican Strat body with a Warmoth neck. It's got like access to the truss rod right underneath the neck there. It's a Wenge neck. It's a big V neck, so you can see it comes to a hard V in the back. Plays great. It's got a wide neck. So I have a guy put it together for me, and I put the pickups in because I got the DiMarzio area pickups. But as far as having, what the hell did I do? As far as having like somebody say to me, "Oh, you can go buy these Temu parts and put it together," I'm not doing that. That's for somebody that wants to, put shit together.
There's
I think
lots of
Guthrie
people
Trap's a good player.
There's a kid who from my high
Oh,
school
I'm with
who I
you.
was giving lessons to a couple years ago, and he's constantly building guitars and painting them and doing this and that, like, and that's great, and there's no problem with that. But
Yeah.
I'm just talking about the guys who talk to you about tone and technique, like you've got to, they've got it all figured out. And then I think, what gigs what have you done? You sat in your living room or your bedroom and also somehow attracted people to your channel.
Yeah, and they're sitting there telling people how to play and what certain techniques and stuff like that. And I'm like, that's not how. Like, I do a lot of theory stuff for P. Hickams Krell. You fix the. Don't hear you.
You think his microphone burned out somehow?
No, I think.
Mike,
can you hear us, Krell? Oh, you can hear us. Okay, so go to your microphone where it says the name of the mic in potato, and click it. You'll see a drop-down menu, and you can reselect it and then reselect it.
Who's that one guitar guy? His channel is huge. He wears glasses. He makes the real weird faces and he's like
Terraberry, Steve Terraberry or something.
That guy. Like he had Dragon Force offered to let him play bass on a tour, and he had stage fright, and he bailed out on it. It would have been an opportunity for him to go out and play.
Of a lifetime. Yeah. Potato is a mixing software that is virtual. It's a virtual mixer on your thing.
I don't use Potato. I just plug straight into the computer.
Right. I think if you want to change it now, you got to go to the bottom where the mic. No, Krell. Go to the bottom right of your screen, click on the audio thing, and switch where your audio is.
Who does a guitar journey from 8 years old till now? I don't want to see it, but who the hell would take the time to do that?
Oh yeah. Yeah, Steve T. I don't care if ever use the click machines on one of your builds. Yeah,
that KLH guy pointed out that there's a lot of bizarrely adult and creepy stuff that he says on his channel that children shouldn't hear at all.
Yeah. I have. I'm going through. I'm going through all of them. They are all voice meter. Yeah, well, you just said you shut down voice meter, so you can't go through voice meter. You got to change it. Okay. Go back to open voice meter again. But yeah, this guy's there's all kinds of guys out there. They just do. I'm so not interested in what people are talking about with guitars. I have no interest. If I'm watching music stuff, I'm watching someone play. But I don't really go to watch. Nobody's talking about anything I care about when it comes to guitars. You hear people always say, this drives me. So before you started coming on the show, Howie, I've gone off on people about Marshall amps because you'll hear people going, the JCM 800's the greatest amp. Which one? The AC 800's a series of amps. There's a 2203. There's a 2204. There's the shitty 2210. There's the later shittier 2210. There's the 2205, which is terrible. But the 2203 and 2204 are great. But there's no difference in those amps as the JMP 2203 or 2204. So saying it's the JCM 800 that's great is absurd. Mm. And I just can't stand that mentality of the people on the internet, just constantly like they hear it. And Krell, did you get it open yet or no?
Who's the guy? I can't think of their names. The guy who's interviewing everybody now, and it's great because he's at least talking to people who've done stuff. The guy who just interviewed Steve Morse and Ingve. What?
Rick Beato.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
But I've heard he tried his hand at other stuff like being a studio guy or something first, and that failed. So now this is what he's doing.
Right. And my problem with Beato is, and I know he was a producer and he had some cred, but it's like, don't make a video and say why this song is great. Because any asshole can take a song that's a great song that's already out there. Okay. Any asshole could take it and be like, let me tell you why Tom Sawyer is a great song. Whatever my opinion is, the end of the day, it's a great song. So, but I'll tell you what, go find me a song that's not signed and someone that's good and tell me it's a great song or not a great song. Like anybody could tell you when a hit song is a great song. Let me tell you why, and it's like, and his reasons of why it's a great song are wrong. All right. Very good, Krell.
We're good.
You know what I'm saying? He's like, as a reason was like, oh, listen to the drums, listen to this. Well, the drums and that shit are good. But if they were different, it'd still be a great song. A great song is a great song. You can pick up an acoustic guitar and I can play fucking Make It With You by Bread. And you're going to be like, oh, yeah, that was a great song growing up. You're not sitting there going, listen to the bass line in there. The bass line makes the song because I'm not playing that bass line and the song's fucking great.
That's true.
You know what I mean? It's like, what does that have to do with it? Yes, that bass line enhanced the song and it's great. Like, you want to hear a great bass line? Listen to Lee Sklar playing on Ooh, I hear laughter in the rain. But it isn't making the song.
That's
because nobody even knows it has a good bass line until I just told you. Now you're going to go listen to it.
I love that song. I have that Sedaka album when I was a kid. It's so great.
Walking round hand in hand with my baby. It starts to rain. It begins to pour. Oh, we can play it all the time. It's a great one to play on acoustic.
Lame Staley, thank you. But if you go back and look, I was so hungover in that video. I had gone out hard the night before and forgot that I was going to record something for somebody. And yeah, I watched back of that and just say, oh my God, the hell was I thinking?
Ooh, I hear that. The key change on that song is great because it goes from like the key of E. Well, actually, it's the key of F because I take the cape. I play it a half step down so it plays nice on acoustic. E, and then it goes to A minor. Well, to the key of G, A minor.
Mm.
Ooh, I hear laughter.
Who co-wrote that? Yeah. Somebody big co-wrote that with him. Was it Bernie Taupin?
Oh, I don't know. Did somebody co-write it with him?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Let me see. I'll look it up. Laughter.
Well, Zim, we'll see if you're on the list. We didn't watch any of them. Walking my baby hand in hand in the
Oh no, some other guy, Phil Cody. But I know that Bernie Taupin did something on that record.
2 seconds. 10.
No,
9,
Neil Sedaka
8.
wrote
Oh yeah.
I am wrong.
Oh, I have no idea if Tone King's still out.
Somebody, Phil Cody wrote.
There you go. I heard something.
Yeah.
All right, we got you. You're back.
I just gotta get my headphones on.
All right, go ahead.
Why did it take 180 seconds?
Who knows? You gotta load something.
Ooh, I hear laughter in the rain, walking hand in hand with the one you love. Ooh, how I love a rainy day and the I feel inside. Walking around dusty road with my baby. It begins to fly.
Here's what how about this one I was playing earlier today?
High and dry.
It's killer. Saturday.
Yeah, that's it. Saturday.
Yeah. Okay, go on. Where were you on this list?
Yeah. Okay. Well, how long was I going with the sound off?
For a while.
I think you were on 19 is when you stopped.
Yeah. Let's see if I still have the list up here.
You kept talking, and we're like going. We're pointing to our mics, and you're like,
we can't hear you. Did you not hear us saying that?
No. I couldn't hear you. You couldn't hear me. Okay, it's not responding now. Hang on.
Your mic's a little hot too. You need to turn the input volume down.
Oh, okay. All right. This better?
No,
No.
no, it hasn't changed at all.
How about now?
Same.
What? How about
you're not
now?
coming out of your mic. Tap your mic. Tap your mic. Oh, that's it. Okay, we're hearing it.
Yeah. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I hear you.
You're to the same loud volumes, almost.
Well, I have it
off the micro. There you go.
I have it turned all the way down. I have the mic. Wait a second.
Your volume on voice meet is probably all the way up.
Can you hear that?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Apologies. How about that?
A little better.
Wow, I don't know why this is coming in so hot.
Hey, just back off it.
Yeah, how is it now?
The same, but as long as you back off, you're fine.
Yeah, okay, let me push you in front. Yeah. How about now?
It's fine.
Golden.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Go ahead.
Okay, I just got a top 25 guitar channels.
Oh, you had to shut everything down.
Yeah. Should come right up, though.
Saturday.
Lee Sklar.
That's the best part.
Lee Sklar, Dean Parks, Danny Korchmar, Russ.
Yeah.
Kunkel. It's like a who's who.
Yeah, that was basically James Taylor's band.
Yeah.
And then, Russ Kunkel went to Lyle Lovett's band in the late 80s. But Korchmar and Lee Sklar, that was all. That's all James Taylor's guys.
Yeah, some guy named Phil Cody co-wrote a bunch of songs on it with him.
Okay.
So during the pandemic, one of my favorite things, you could forget your guitar channels, but there was Neil Sedaka going, "Hi, it's Neil. I'm at my house. We're gonna do a few songs today." And he was still more masculine than watching the Dennis DeYoung doing Styx songs at his piano. Do you ever see the Seinfeld when Kramer says to George, "Those are ladies' glasses"?
Yeah.
That's me watching Dennis DeYoung play piano. Those are ladies' glasses. What are you doing? Tonight's the night we'll make history. All right, go on.
That was 1981. I'm
Yeah,
still,
Paradise Theater.
Okay, finally. For some reason, it's being really slow now. Okay.
Oh, you know
there we
what?
go.
One of the things Corey Feldman
on-
said is his favorite memory at Neverland Ranch, besides being sodomized for 3 solid years, was they were riding around in bumper cars. And Michael, in the middle of driving in the bunker cars, because Black and White was playing or one of those songs is playing, and Michael jumps out into the middle of where there's like a little stage area for the bumper cars, and was lip syncing and dancing to one of his songs. Now, I just wanted to put this in perspective. How you've had people come over your house and you put hey, play something on them, put some music on. Are you putting on your record something you played, or you're putting on something that everyone just can listen to? And this guy's playing.
Am I trying to get laid or am I just entertaining friends?
Trying to get laid with a 9-year-old boy.
Oh, well, the two aren't mutually exclusive here.
But you understand my point. Why is Michael Jackson putting on his own songs for the children going and then lip syncing going, my cock, your ass tonight?
Yes, Hugh, unfortunately, that is the only one in the UK.
Don't forget to set up the tripwires for when people walk to my bedroom, so we send off all kinds of alarms so we can put our pants back on.
Okay, so anyways, I believe we left off with Rick Graham. And at what point did I cut out? 5-minute guitar.
Right
Nope,
after
you wouldn't hear that one.
Right after you said Rick Graham, you were gone.
Right after Rick Graham, you were gone.
Okay,
5-minute
17
guitar.
5-minute guitar. Never heard of it.
Nope.
16 Ben Eller guitar. I've seen his show every now and then. Pops up.
I know who Ben Eller is. I think Ben Eller used to be a clinician for Brian Moore guitars, maybe back in the day. I think Ben Eller.
Oh, really?
I think so.
Dealer around here used to have the Brian Moore guitars. They made some pretty good stuff.
Howie, where are you playing in the UK? You're not doing Scotland or anything?
No, just London is the only. We've got, it's like Sweden Rock Festival, London, Madrid, Budapest, and Lisbon. It's a weird 5-show tour.
Later, John. Okay, go on.
Yep. Number 15 is Andy Guitar. Never heard of.
No.
Then it's a bunch of no names right now for the next few. Number 14, Sophie Lloyd. Sophie Lloyd. 13, nope. Sophie Burrell. 2 Sophies.
Nope. I've heard of her. I've heard that name. Maybe Facebook advertises her to me or something.
Okay. Sophie Burrell.
Number 12 is Paul Davids. I'm actually aware of his channel.
Oh, I can't stand him.
Yeah, he's kind of
cool.
boring.
Is that the Cool Night guy? It's gonna be a cool night. Just
he looks like
David.
him.
Sorry.
He looks like him. He's got the beard. He's always like, let me. I watched a video of him once. He's like, let me show you why everyone's playing Highway to Hell wrong. Fuck off, dude. Nobody's playing it wrong unless you're talking about 6th graders that come in for your lessons. Can't stand them.
11 is Justin Sandico. Never heard of him. Oh, no. It's Justin Guitar.
Oh, I know who
I've
that guy
heard
is.
That name. Okay.
Yeah.
Mike Parmigiano.
Who?
Mike Parmigiano. I've actually
Sounds
seen
like
a couple of those.
Hey, let me get the Mike Parmigiano with cheese.
I had a friend named Mike Parmigiano.
Hey, how do you want your Mike? Yeah, give me a Parmigiano. I'll take a Parmigiano. Let me get the extra sauce.
Yeah. 9 is Eric Haugen. Never heard of it. 8 is Jeff McElwain. Never heard of him. And 7 is Corey Caniglio. Never heard of him.
Who took the time to compose this list?
Yeah 6 is
like somebody's friends list.
6 is Acts of Creation. Never heard of it. But now I'm familiar with this one. Number 5 is the Stitch Method. That's the fat guy with the beard that teaches guitar.
Never heard of it.
We all heard this one.
Is he a hippie dude?
No, he's kind of balding.
Don't know him.
He's got hair, but kind of balding. Number 4, we all know this one, Tim Pierce.
Oh yeah.
I didn't know he had a channel.
I don't watch his channel, but I liked him as a player. I liked all the stuff he played, but I'm not interested in hearing him talk.
Yeah. He's a little too upbeat on everything. You know. Number 3 is Rick Beato. I'm surprised he's not number 1. It's like I'm surprised they didn't put him as
when I
one.
first, just as an aside, when I first saw his name a year or 2 ago when he started getting popular, I thought it was Beto.
Same here, Beto. Hey, Rick Beto. How's it? Hey, you bump into him. Hey, Beto. Number 2 is
it's Italian, right? He likes his Mike's Parmigiana.
Number 2 is Swift Lessons. I've never heard of it.
Is it a Taylor Swift thing?
Who knows? Swift Lessons, great world-class guitar lessons. Rob Swift is the guy's name. So,
does he call his fans Swifties?
Does he date Travis Kelce?
Yeah, is he dating somebody in the Kelsey family?
Yeah, Kelsey Grammer. Number one is 5 Watt World. I'm actually familiar with that one.
Oh my God.
Who?
Terrible. I can't stand that guy because he always sounds like he's the Bob Ross of guitar channels.
What's the name?
5 Watt
World. He's as boring as Bob Ross. He's like, oh, that's in this amplifier. And you can tell he like reads and like everything's from like he's got it all worked out, like, but he doesn't know shit about anything. And it's just like, dude, just shut up.
What's the name of the guy's channel that busts on Rick Beato, the Beato Bandit?
Oh, I love that guy.
Yeah,
that guy's funny.
yeah.
He rips on all kinds of stuff. The worst, what the hell's that guy's name? He's great.
Yeah.
They break down, they do the songs, which song sucks more.
Oh, Pat Finnery.
He's great.
Yeah.
His video of what song sucks worse by Lenny Kravitz, and they just start pinning him like the shittiest songs.
Yeah. The Beato Bandit was he was at a show.
Terrible.
He was at a show.
What?
He was at a show and a guy on stage was talking about the chords he was playing. Someone in the crowd yells, "Beato!"
Yeah. Oh yeah, exactly. That is terrible. Terrible's the way that Cleveland says it that way, but he got it from Charles Barkley. That is terrible.
Sir Charles.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's a great bit he does. He's got a lot of great videos, and he's sarcastic as hell, and then he goes and plays and shows like why the Chili Peppers suck. Oh, he's great because he says everything you're thinking, but he says it, and then he fucking makes sense of it. It's great.
A Wonderwall chord. You see that one?
Yeah.
He says,
I used to come up in my feed, but now like I get Dr. Disrespect, this guy here, always coming up in my feed. And a lot of podcasts, like I said, a lot of people ripping on other people and like the Stern shit when Stern was good before he became a piece of shit.
Get your vax.
Paul Davids, exactly. He's in it. Paul Davids did a video of John. What the hell is that guy? Frusciante from the Chili Peppers. Yeah, I don't like him either. I'm not a fan. But like I said, people write either really nice comments on my channel, on my videos, or they write like just douchey things, and either way, I don't care what you're going to write. But people will say to me, can you put the tab for this song? I'm like, dude, the channel I started this channel because when I have to go do gigs, if I forget how to play something, I've just taught it to myself and it's there in my archives. But people are like, I'll play a song that's got 3 chords, Howie, and they're writing, can you write the tab? Write the fucking tab. It's 3 chords. What are we doing here?
Isn't there a pause button on the video?
And you can slow it down. But people are always like, they'll say, that's not the way it was played on the record. Dude, I'm playing it on an acoustic on a 6-piece band. I'm including every piece of it. You know what I mean? Like if I play like, I should show you something. Like if I'm playing Reminiscing, right? I'm going to be doing the. Friday I was walking you home. We got down to the gate and I was dreaming of people will be like, oh, that's not right. The guitar was. It's like, dude, I'm playing like 5 fucking parts here.
Yeah, it's exactly.
Like, do you not understand? Like, I'm not trying to teach you what's play. Like, if somebody's like, if I was to teach You know, there's a song. You know the song "Shame" by Evelyn Champagne King.
Yep.
And then there's a bridge when it goes. Ba 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 ba. I wanna be right to the A11, then da 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 ba ba ba. And if I play that, people are like, oh, that's not how it's played on the record. No, of course not, because the bass and the keyboard's playing that, and the guitar's going. That's all the guitar's doing, right? But I'm not gonna. What that? If you're playing acoustic, that's not gonna work. But people don't. It's like I get the dumbest comments from people. Oh, it's like, oh, that's not how the record goes. Okay. I even taught like a ramble on once, and somebody like made a comment to me about like that chord. I've seen him play it. He plays it like this. I'm like, yeah, I watched it too, and it might get loud. But if you listen on the record, you can even go to the isolated tracks. That chord is this, not this. You can hear the open strings ringing with it. So obviously on the record, this is how he was fingering that chord. So it's. Anyway, it does that slide. I'm out. There it is.
Whoops. Thank you.
Yeah. It's still something. Still that. It's worse. But people would just be like, I've seen him play it. He does it. I'm like, all right, well, go. What are you watching my channel for? These are for me to remember how the part goes. Then there's that cool part when it's like, I mean, it's all cool parts, but it's like, I'm trying to teach it so you can sit and play it on acoustic if you got to do a gig, like an acoustic gig. You know what I mean? 1 or 2 guitar players.
Yeah.
But these people are like, oh, yeah, you know, it's, he's doing a bend there, not a slide. I'm playing a fucking acoustic. On the 4th string, you do a bend there. You know what I mean? It's like, it's just nuts. Right, because on acoustic, instead of it going, because in the record, it's like, that part, and live, I would play it like, I would just do it without the slides because it sounds better on acoustic. But people are like, oh, it's not the right way. Okay. I didn't realize the Jimmy Page police were here. It's
The
worse with
Page
the
police.
Beatles shit. People will always sit there and say about like Beatles. That's not the chord. It's like, well, no, I'm not going to retune my guitar down to play fucking Yesterday because he's playing it in G. You know what I mean? But he's a whole step down. It's like, relax, everybody. You know what tune we just added to our set?
Oh, that's great.
You played that when you're at the White Ash that time.
I like when it goes. I usually do it on my cutaway acoustic.
I was going to say, don't you have something with a cutaway?
Yeah. Stuck inside the... Yeah, we started doing this one. Well, the rain exploded with a mighty crash as we fell into the sun. And the first one said to the second one there, what is it? I say the sound. That's with two guitars, it's fun to play. You know, that's
you got to have the other parts of that song.
Absolutely. We also used to do "We're So Sorry, Uncle Albert. We're so sorry, but we haven't a thing all day. We're so sorry, Uncle Albert. But there's something that's going on, and I'm gonna rain. It's fucking great. I love Wings. You've done all those 70s tunes. We did a gig together, Howie. We did a bunch of 70s songs. I don't remember any of them, but
we did?
Yeah, we did a gig in Sherman Oaks, you and I. I think it was Sherman Oaks or Van Nuys.
I don't remember.
Was it a hotel? No, it was some, yeah. You played your Takamine.
Well, that's all I still use that.
Yeah, and I don't remember what I brought, but we did a gig.
I have an acoustic duo gig coming up. I'm filling in for somebody, not this weekend, but next weekend out in Indio, past Palm Springs at the.
Oh yeah, I know Indio. Yeah, the casino.
I'm playing at the casino. Yeah.
Morongo, is that Morongo out there?
No, Morongo's before it. This one's Fantasy Springs. It's out past.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, I got a gig Friday night with this one guy. I was supposed to do it with Emily, but she's sick, so we're gonna do it, and we do like a bunch of like, petty. Sometimes in horror, we do that. We do the waiting. So we do like a bunch of stuff, and then Saturday I do my regular gig, which we do even acoustic of. We've been doing reeling.
Yeah.
You're everlasting till you see it fading fast. Yeah, I mean that's a blast to play, and I wanted to get them to do like Pretzel Logic.
Yeah.
Because I love all the. Because I'm gonna be a star upon that hill. Sound just like those days are gone forever. Over a long time ago. All right, we are gonna call this. It's getting late.
Yeah.
And I got to get a cigar in me before I go to sleep. Because then I got to get up early. I got to pick up my sister at. Do you live stream your gigs? Will you? Yeah, I just don't know when. It just depends. We're working out a couple of different things, and it's really a pain in the neck to live stream because I have to set up a table to do it. I mean, Krellbaugh was there a couple of weeks ago, and but I will broadcast a gig soon. I promise. One of these days in April. My brother will be in town next week, so maybe I'll have him film it. That way he can hold it. I'm sure he'll love that.
Should go have a smoke.
Anyways, what's that?
Should go have a smoke.
Yeah, I'm gonna smoke a cigar, and then I gotta get up. I gotta get up early. Like I said, my sister's windshield cracked, so she asked me if I could pick her up from the place.
Well, actually, I meant when your brother's in town.
Oh yeah, no, we'll come down. We'll come down. Yeah, that'll be good. And then Howie's going to be out here. What'd you say, July, Howie?
Oh,
Foxwoods?
At the Foxwoods is July 26th.
Yeah. I mean, that's like an hour from me.
Yeah, same here.
I mean, it's really not that far from Mr. J's when you think about it.
Yeah, you got me beating that. You're all highway. all the way
Yeah.
down there. Me,
Right.
I'm closer, but I've got more back roads.
Right. Yeah, to me, it's just a straight road, 95 down. I'm there. Thanks, Everett Cummings. Thanks, Howie Simon, for coming on. Thank you. I want to thank Krellbar for coming on. And I want to thank Matt for being here earlier and for Corey Feldman for being a good sport for letting me shit and piss all over him. Oh, he didn't approve? That's all right. Hey, Brad. There's B-Rad. Very good. All right, guys. Have a great night. And I'll talk to you later, gents. Very good.
That was